Go
There we go.
stomp Charn in the dick.
Oh, I'm so excited for you guys to fight Charn. So fucking
Oh,
hype
come
about
on,
it.
I have to be excited after I dropped a D's nuts joke on him last session.
Yeah,
I'm
dude, hit him with
I'm
the D's
ready
nuts.
to fight
I
him.
was
I'm
like muted when
worried
you did
about
that,
the
and I like snorted.
repercussions. I'm slightly worried about the repercussions.
I mean, my plan was to knock him out, but if he has a intellect devour in his head, it's kind of it for turn.
Yeah, dude, intellect hours. You guys aren't out here casting wish spells.
Yeah, we're not wasting a wish on Charn.
As
Of
I
all
said, yeah,
people.
why the
Wow,
fuck would we waste
rude.
a wish on this fucker?
Rude.
Look, I'm gonna let um Baylor know that we found Charn in an underground temple to Azathoth, and he is attacking us.
I love the like Baylor is not that good at religion. I feel like he's just gonna be like, that sounds like devil bullshit. He's like, I don't need to know what god that is. That's not good.
Honestly, I think that's good enough for our purposes.
Yeah, he's just like, we're not gonna get into that. Alright, so last time, you guys are still making your way through clearing the floor of the dungeon, the Devil's Sanctum. You guys had a real tough fight with a bunch of worms, including Monogahawth, a worm that could speak telepathically, wield a sword and a wand. I guess he was more of a centipede compared to the boar worms. I struggled a lot to say boar worm swarm, and I still am. It's an impossible monster, and it should be stricken from the record, if you ask me. You guys do know there's still a couple things to clear down in that dungeon floor. It's like to the kind of south, like exiting Ziondriel, the Dryder's old cave, to the east. You then go down to the south, and there's some sort of like mushroom monster forest, unclear, going on down there. Then there is also this strange cave in the corner, with a coffin bounded by like a worm demon, essentially, or an old Clip-Off type spirit. And you guys didn't want to open that. It also seemed like there was a staircase on the other side of that room, but no one wanted to go over to the sarcophagus to get close to that staircase. Over the course of the session, you guys also, back in Sandpoint, got farther and farther along in solving all of these like grisly axe murders. Of presumably a copycat killer, unclear. You guys began to suspect a few different people with clues. You found fur, which eventually led you to the Scarnetti household. Charn had a coat like that. You guys continued to investigate some people at the Pixie's Kitten as well. And after you came out of the dungeon, the owner of the Pixie's Kitten called Sylvina over with a letter that had been delivered. Seemingly the letter was from Charn, signed CS, basically saying how he had one of your acquaintances, maybe perhaps more of a friend for Lupin, Brodert Quink, in custody, or like hidden somewhere. So he told you all to meet him at the Hell Flume, the place where you focused the magics of this previous Doomsday weapon instead into a teleportation system. You guys had previously seen there was like a weird hidden room with a Yamastoth outer god statue, with like an old guy inside with a knife inside of him, an old corpse. As you guys I've had an alarm set for something else. As you guys got to the Hellstorm Flume, rolling just fucking like nat 20 on athletics for 38, smash the door in. Charn seems ready to fight, and you see that he was holding a glowing hatchet in his hands, symbol of the tool of the killer. All right, any questions from him last time?
I mean, it doesn't get more dead to rights than that. Like a signed confession letter and holding the murder weapon.
Hey, just wait till you find the stash of ears and or tongues and eyes.
Christ.
Alright, refresher, here's Charn in all his angry aristocratic glory. And let's fucking roll into initiative. I cleared the order, we're on a new floor.
I have to ask, is he wearing the coat?
No, he was not wearing the coat this time. He seems to be like, honestly, a little disheveled. He's got like a white, like nice shirt under, like just under nothing, no coat at all, and like ripped up fine pants. But he looks a little worse for the wear. Let me change our music up a little. Where is it? Alright. Oh, fuck, I gotta roll in for Tarek, sorry. Forgot, he's not here yet. Hopefully we'll be soon. Who got the nat 20 on initiative? Who was that?
Yo.
Jesus, you're fucking motivated to kill Charn. Just like...
Two people did.
Oh, two of you? I didn't even scroll up that far. God, y'all are motivated to kill this guy. Okay. Let's do Tarek's initiative. There we go. Is that a 19? 18. Almost close to another nat 20. Okay, starting from the top, I'm gonna delete the tracker actually, and it'll come back on its own in a second.
I think nat 20, yeah, goes first.
Yes. Sorry. I'm gonna put Tarek right under you. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
The only way I can go before Tarek is the nat 20.
Give me a perception check. Okay. Continue with your turn. No further intel, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll step in.
Alright. You step up to him.
Just
Okay,
a reminder,
gonna-
there's probably something else down here with him.
Yeah. Well, my new sword is a +2, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Alright. Gonna go for a vicious swing.
Hell yeah.
And how much is the acid from it?
1d6.
Alright.
Alright, 28 will hit for a critical hit. You see he takes
jeez.
65 damage, and his body collapses as he desperately grabs onto one of the tentacles. He's dead.
Oh,
Alright, Tarek.
Like full dead, or can he be?
Well, you
Kept alive.
did 25 more than his health.
Okay,
well,
so I should assume that's full dead then.
Tarek's gonna come in and just make some investigations here. Like, what the fuck's happening? I'm gonna read the room again. Again, the walls of this room are adorned with unsettling carvings and an eerie-looking alphabet. To the east sits an even more unsettling sight: the 5-foot-wide egg/plant bulb carved from dark green stone. You guys knew this was Yamasoth's temple, basically, or an altar. Inside the pod, there was like an old corpse, basically. Yeah. He'll make a perception check. Where's Alright, Tarek notices that on Charn's face, despite having been cut down brutally across the body, Charn just seems to be relieved. Like, his dying expression is one of just, like, pure, like, thank the gods relief. And Tark will pass his turn. Gangini, thoughts?
Something's definitely afoot.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna summon something.
think the fact that the initiative's still going speaks for itself.
What do you mean? All right, what are you summoning?
What am I summoning? That is a good question.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's do a nursery crawler.
All right,
Give that another shot.
let me pull that one back up. Nursery, Rage of Elements pack. There you go, little nursery crawler. Alright. Solvina?
Can I try and drag Charn out of the room so he's not touching the weird egg thing?
Yeah. Give me a athletics check.
Oh, I am not good at these. Alright. So I guess I'll have to walk up first and then, well, we'll see how far I can. I'm gonna have to move out regardless, but. Athletics. Nope.
Okay.
This is not something Sylvina's good.
That is a crit fail. As you slip next to him in the statue that he kind of tried to grab on the way down, give me a reflex save. You pass mere inches from some of the tentacles coming out of the pod, and you realize that almost too small to see, there are like micro serrated hooks all along the tentacles. Like if you had slipped and grabbed that, it would have like sliced you up.
Yeah, that's not good. I think then I will just use my last action to move back out. And I'm just gonna say, try and get him out of there, but be careful of the tentacles. They are serrated.
Alright. Lupin, anything you're doing?
Alright. I guess Lupin will just sort of move down, go look at Charn, and then we'll turn to Sophia Great. Alright, we need to make sure we get our stories straight, okay? He attacked us first, so this was justifiable self-defense. We gotta make sure we're on the same page. If the sheriff starts questioning us and we all come with conflicting stories, you're gonna know we're lying.
He
And
was
I basically guess that-
obviously dead when we got down here. We tried valiantly to save his life and failed.
You know, actually, I like that better, but I don't know. And I point at Roland. I would imagine covered in Scarnetti's blood. How would we explain that, though?
Cool.
Alright. So Charn's out of the initiative.
Brain dog into the initiative.
There's something strange about his body. You see, give one last twitch, and then the temperature seems to drop in this room. It is cold in here, colder than you guys have been probably since you got to Sandpoint. And then, appearing next to Gangini and burying an axe, a hatchet, into his side, you see a figure manifest, screaming, blood pouring from his eyes, mouth, and throat. Judging by the manner of his death injuries, you would assume this is Jervis Stute, the original hatchet killer.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. You're just in time. The spirit of the original serial killer, has just appeared.
Fun.
Alright.
And Charn is very dead. Like, very, very dead.
Yeah, he got killed immediately. by a crit.
In one hit.
One blow. It's almost like he was just kind of a guy. Just kind of a silly goose. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. He is going to get a 37 to hit Gangini. Assume that's a crit.
That crits me.
The glowing hatchet is going to kind of like with a green unearthly glow bury itself into the side of Gangini's ribs. And now we need some more dice. 'Cause I put away all my dice for modeling purposes earlier. Oh, whoops, 2 more. Okay. Gangini takes 43 negative damage, negative energy. And then is currently bleeding for 9. Also, you're talking to Gangini. I think you might be muted. I don't know if you said anything.
Nope. Just being here.
You see he rotates to the side, and with a rather chilling grin, he is going to hold his hand out, raise it high above his head, and a murder of glowing green crows appears above his hand. He lowers it down the hall, and they swarm through everyone except the Great Gangini. I need all of you to make a reflex save. Alright. Sylvina, that is a pass. Do you crit pass? I can't remember. Sylvina?
Not yet.
Okay. So you'll take
It's
some.
on Fortitude that I get the crit passes.
Right. Lupin passes, which does become a crit pass and takes nothing. Tarek and Roland both fail.
27 fails? Kidding me?
Alright. On the success. Sylvina. Honestly, incredibly low roll. Holy shit. Wow, shockingly, only 14 slashing damage as the ghost crows rake across you. You take the 14, and then... I don't have enough d6s ready for this. Gotta use roll 20.
I don't like the sound of that. Also,
Again, I
Roland, you do
rolled
have damage
terribly once more, but,
Yeah.
Tarek and Roland both take 31 slashing damage.
Sorry, how much damage did you say to me?
You took 14.
Mhm.
And then the other two
Roland,
took 31, and Sylvina took nothing.
Roland, because I did cast
Oh.
Mountain's Fortitude on him, so he would
Yes.
reduce that by 5.
So if you already subtracted 31, just add 5 back.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all of Jervis Stute's turns. I'm gonna roll to see how much longer so he can use his crows. Bitchin'. Alright. Roland.
Tarek's heal, does that damage? Because this guy's a ghost, right?
I
would
can't
assume
remember
so.
if to choose one or the other in this edition, but I don't think...
I don't believe so.
If you were to do like a big heal, would you be able to hit everyone?
I think so.
with an AOE?
I only have level 1 heals left at this point, because we haven't I used both of my level 3s underground.
It's probably still worth it, honestly.
Yeah, especially to get, well, mostly to get that bleed off Gangini, but...
Yeah. I'm gonna...
Go nuts. I'll
Plus, if Gangini moves and we don't have anyone on this, like, on his square, then I can do a if you could be on the other side, then there's a chance I can hit him with the big fireball, which I assume he has void healing. So it will do even more damage.
All right, I'll just stride to there, I guess. I was going to try to push him back towards Lupin and Tarek, but
Okay.
I'll stride and Lucius swing.
Please hope that's a crit.
Please.
I really hope so.
Oh, would you
doubt
get
it.
36?
Yeah.
Let me check. I was checking my notes. 36 is not a crit now.
God damn it.
He is also incorporeal. What does that do? So you don't have ghost touch. But it is magic, so I think that does just happen. Okay. Cool. Well, then ectoplasm flings across the wall. Is that your 3 actions?
Yeah.
Okay, Tarek.
Alright. I'm gonna have to hope Gangini is within 30 feet, because I can't see him from where I'm at. So yeah, I'm just gonna 3 action heal burst. So it will actually wait.
Okay.
Okay, I don't have to have line of sight. I was just making sure.
No, it's just a pulse.
Yeah. So just firing it. So yeah, this will harm him. It's a DC. Why does it say 23? It should be 26.
I figured it was that. 26 at least.
Like, what the fucking shit is? Hang on a second.
When you level up, it just doesn't factor in your casting modifier anymore, and you have
My
to go
DC
put
is-
that back in.
Yeah, my DC is 27. So
Yeah.
Well, for
so
what it's worth,
just-
he got a 39, so.
Oh, fucking hell.
all right. Well, everybody else heals 1d8 plus 8. Everybody heals 15. Gangini, you are no longer bleeding.
Okay.
Alright. Gangini. You don't take any bleed damage, which is nice.
Gangini, it would be very nice. You can't.
The
Here's the
Stoopmeister.
question: Do I risk him having op attacks? That
I mean, I think it's
seems-
worth it just to get you out of there, but
Yeah, I think it's
Okay, let me rephrase that. I have 2 options.
Okay.
I can off-brand Dimension Door and be safe, but like run out of 4th level spells, or I can walk and not be safe.
Well, if you off-brand Dimension Door, it's a manipulate. So if he has attack of opportunity, he could do it anyways.
Okay, so I'm walking away.
Collecting valuable data. He does not op attack you.
Okay, cool. That's 1 action. I will sustain the nursery crawler and have it do its ranged seed attacks, which I am not optimistic about hitting, but there's a chance. 20. That I'm not even gonna bother asking.
It don't.
Sylvain,
Okay.
did you heal 15?
I think at triple map I need actual critical, like just straight up 20 to hit. Oh. Yeah. Okay.
There you
So
go.
that doesn't do anything.
Even closer, yeah.
I move, and I will do.
I would do
Rally Anthem.
anything for Charn.
And that's all 3 actions.
Sylvina.
I'm just gonna do a solar detonation that just hits him down the hallway.
Okay. Alright, what's he got against that? What's your DC?
My DC is 26.
Pass, but not crit pass. Which reduces it to 10. And then you see some of that fire just seems to roll through his ghostly form. He seems to not.
Are you counting the 11 vitality damage if it has void healing?
Hold on. What is void healing actually called in this? This AP was written before the other stuff. Hold on.
It would be negative, Roger, I believe.
Which I think Incorporeal might just have.
Yeah, I think it's called. I think it might have been called negative healing, maybe.
I'm pretty sure by default undead are. I just don't see that in the fucking traits list. But I feel like it should. Okay, there we go. I found it. Yes. Okay, so reduced to 10, then reduced again from his thing, and then back from void healing. Got it.
And then he is dazzled until the start of my next turn.
Alright. Sunglasses on him. Okay. Gonna go over to Lupin in a second here. Once it lets me.
Alright. So go ahead and do spend 2 actions, attempt to underhanded assault. Yep, here we go. Here's good. Alright, and then I'll roll stealth. That would be 34.
That'll work.
Alright, third final action. Go ahead and do melee attack with the Monarch. Right, it's 22 to hit.
It does not hit him.
Oh, alright, that's my turn.
As he sidesteps. Alright, so I'm back to Stoot.
When does your little stump guy go?
I think that's with me.
Oh, sorry. Did you use? You didn't use him yet.
I did. He missed all 3 attacks.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
He was shooting.
right,
him.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used one of my actions to give my nursery crawler 3 actions.
All right. Okay, this is not a manipulate. Okay. Jervis reaches his hand toward Gangini and like pinches his fingers and thumb together, pulling them back like a pinching gesture. Give me a fortitude save from just Gangini. All right. That is a failure.
What?
It briefly feels like Jervis is ripping your eyes out. But you are not blinded because it wasn't a crit failure. But because of the pure agony that like what it would feel like to get your eyes ripped out by someone's bare hands, you're gonna take 43 mental damage. He is then going to use his next action to swing his ghostly hatchet. This is going to be at Roland. It's probably going to crit. What is that? Yeah, 41 will crit.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, Ben. I had +1 from Rallying Anthem. Does 29 change anything?
No, 29 does not change anything.
29 doesn't change anything.
This does not change it, unfortunately.
The actual fuck.
He is dazzled though, isn't that like mischance?
It's a spell effect.
Dazzle
I don't
does,
think
I
so.
believe, lower his mischance. At least I was subtracting 2 from it, so.
No, like dazzled isn't it concealment?
Yeah, Dazzle
Uh,
gives concealment.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they do have to make a flat 5 check. Hold on.
It's my only hope.
Okay, well, it was worth trying. You know, not
Yeah.
knocking the hustle. You're gonna take 36 negative damage, and you are bleeding for 11.
Yeah.
All right. So Roland takes 36.
Remember to
bleeds for 11.
Reduce the. He takes 31. Reduce that by
31,
5.
And now it is over to Roll.
So I immediately take the 11.
Immediately take the 11 because no healings happen in the interim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
This
take care
turn?
of that this turn.
Okay, good. I will just focus on trying to kill him.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Again, it is reduced because not ghost touch.
And 4 at.
The 4 does not seem to be reduced, interestingly enough. Let's see. Okay. Chipping off a little bit more of that ectoplasm that flings by. Oops, sorry, I tabbed over too soon. I hit the wrong key. Are you just double attacking or attacking again for your third?
Yeah. Nope.
No, yeah.
No, that's it.
Tarek, now it is you.
Do I just pop another group heal? Because you're bleeding
do that.
horribly, Roland.
Yeah, I think
Gangini's
probably
badly.
that.
This is my last one, so.
Lupin, if you could move for the flank, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Sorry, my brain is melting at the. So DC 27 on him. Everybody else is gonna heal, so I'll go ahead and roll this. Heal 11. You're no longer bleeding, at least.
All right, he doesn't crit pass, but he does pass, so he still
Half
takes half,
damage.
and that's not reduced.
Because he, yeah,
No.
that's my whole turn.
Healing is not going to be reduced by a ghost.
No. That's what I've got for this turn. Next turn I'll get stuck in.
All right, Gangini.
All right. I think it is time.
So Charn is still full dead even after getting 2 rounds of heals.
I
He's
mean,
not,
you cut him in
beta?
half and did 25 past his regular health. I don't think.
Yeah,
you
I
went
figured
through
Yeah.
Oh.
If he'd been like a little bit dead, I would have said you guys could revive that. But the immediate crit feels like he did.
Yeah, I figured.
I mean, what was Charn's AC?
18.
Okay, yeah.
He was wearing no armor. He's just fast. All right, Gangini is doing impending doom.
Impending doom.
All right. Success, but not crit success.
Wait, is
Okay.
that class?
Nothing this round. Next round he becomes flat-footed. Third round he becomes frightened 1 and
At
takes
the
half
end.
damage.
Yeah, takes half as well. Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
and
shit.
now I'll use the rest to sustain the nursery crawler and hope for crits.
The crawler's just doing his best, you know?
Maybe not that time.
Okay. That's not gonna do it on a 10.
Yeah, I am aware. That's not gonna do it either.
Third crit right here, nat 20.
No. Okay.
Sylvina.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, Ben, point of order. I just realized this.
What?
I don't know if it changed it because I forgot the level up hasn't happened yet technically, so my
Yeah.
DC would still be 26.
I think he still would have failed the last one, but noted.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still can't figure out how to set my key attribute for the stupid thing. I hate this character sheet.
I just haven't done the level up.
All right, James, go to spells. There's gonna be spell attack roll and spell DC roll. Hit the cog and just hit 4 under custom.
Okay.
That's what I do. It's going to reset when you level up anyway, but that I'm assuming you have 18 or 19 wisdom.
Oh yeah, I just haven't had anything.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, first things first, channel elements. He's no longer dazzled.
Alright.
Do you have a burst heal you could do?
No, because
We spent all our stuff dealing with worm.
Right.
It do be like that in this worm-ridden earth.
reduce damage. Probably not something I spent. Right, I guess I'll go for an elemental blast. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go for an elemental blast. Does a 37 hit? Oh, that's a crit.
So I was gonna say it's not 20, so yes.
Yeah.
Alright, it's a crit. So
So should be 30 damage.
30. It's reduced a little bit, but not a lot. Alright, seems like he's getting close to bloodied here.
And that's it for my turn.
Alright, Lupin.
Alright, so take Roll's advice. I'll just go ahead. First action, step here. Get the flank. Then I'll go ahead and second action, melee strike with the Monarch.
That ain't gonna do it. Anything else?
Let's see.
Third action strike.
You know what? Sure, yeah, I'll go ahead and do a second attack with map.
Okay.
31.
That one will hit.
Ooh, alright. Sit here. Is that good enough to get my sneak attack off it?
Yep. Oh,
Alright, so it's 2d6.
Okay, he is bloodied now.
And divine.
Oh yeah, roll your d6 for your divine as well.
Alright.
From your glowy star knife.
Alright.
Okay, nice. Divine damage not to be reduced. Over to him. He is gonna step back, rolling if you want to take a swing.
Hell yeah. 29.
29 does hit. Again with that reduction, but still.
And Lupin, you have that thing where you can.
Oh, yes.
What is your
you
thing
get,
again?
Is that
yeah,
on a
let me
crit or
bring
just
it
a
up
hit?
real quick. I got a opportune backstab. It says when your enemy is hit by the ally.
Yeah, that would trigger because he was technically hit here before he moved, so
Right, and I haven't used a reaction this turn, so
yeah, that'll
Alright.
work.
swing, bada, swing.
Ooh, does not do it though. He weaves around that one.
All right.
So he's gonna move to there. He is gonna hold his hand aloft again. He's like, I thought I'd get that one's eyes, but I need more of them. Sacrifices must be made. And he extends his hand. Another ghostly flock of ravens and crows rips out of the dark. I need reflex save from the little tree, Roland, Sylvina, and Gangini. Tarek, you're out of range now.
I assume that's gonna fail, but I'm hoping it's a quick crit fail.
21 on the crawler. And
Yeah, the odds that I'm not going to risk a crit
Yeah,
fail.
there's no chance I'm passing.
Okay. Hold on. Let me check something real quick.
But
Alright,
did you
I
rally
think
Anthem last turn, Gangini?
I did not. But I'm standard cover. Does that give me a bonus against reflex saves? Yes, it does. I will use my reaction. I will interposing Earth to make that a 31.
okay. You pass, everyone else fails. Thought I had more of these dice laying around. Guess not. Okay, well, we'll start with this. Okay, and then some more. Okay. The ones of you that failed take 40 slashing damage. If you succeeded...
Roland, you reduce that by 5.
If you succeeded, you take 23 slashing damage. Which means Gangini is still barely up. And then the two of you that failed are both bleeding for 9.
Okay.
And I'm gonna see how much longer he can. Well, he does that again. Okay.
Just the stump critical fail with the 21, or is that just a regular?
No,
fail?
it was a regular fail. If it was a crit fail, Sylvina would be in trouble.
And you said how much damage on the regular? I forgot to listen because I passed. I
Probably the number 9.
It was like 40 or something.
It was 40.
Okay, it was 40.
Hover
okay,
over the
nurse
blood and
recovery-
tap 9.
No, it was not 40. It was 40 if you failed.
Yes,
Yeah,
the nursery
that's
crawler
what he's
failed.
asking, because the nursery crawler.
Oh, okay. So
Oh.
the nursery crawler is going to die from bleed damage, unfortunately.
Okay, sap leaks out everywhere.
Oh, immunity to bleed. It is immune to bleed. The
Oh, there you
crawler.
go. Alright, Roland takes 9. And it's your turn.
How is he looking?
Oh, he's below bloodied now, after all these divine hits.
And is there actually space behind him, or is it at a
There
wall?
is like a tunnel that lasts another like 60 feet.
Okay.
Do you want to be behind him? I can just add a row.
I wouldn't be getting...
Actually, I don't know if I can add a row to the left, so that might get annoying. Also, never mind. This is not on a perfect. Forgot that's how that was. If you want to say you're behind him, we'll just know.
problem is I kind of have to drink a potion or go down next turn.
If you move to where I will say that I can battlefield medicine you, it'll at least stop the bleeding. But yeah, if you stay on this side of him.
All right. I'll
Can I give you-
5. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to go for a big swing.
All right, big boy swing.
I will channel point reroll.
Okay.
God.
Right. That will not do it then. Actually, no. Yes, it will. Because he's flat-footed. That was the second round of impending doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that would not have worked. But he is flat-footed, so that does go through.
The first one would have gone through then for the...
He'd still channel point rerolled it.
Are
Hero
we still
point, yeah.
using the new
Hero point.
numbers? I mean,
Yeah,
for damage.
I would use
Okay.
the new damage numbers because it was a whole new roll.
All right.
All right. The acid again seems to be working. The slashing a little bit less, but that does still hurt him. Tarek.
All right, moving in. 5, 20, kind of bobbing and weaving here. Give him a new target. Battlefield medicine on Roland. DC 20. I'm gonna use the DC 20. Medicine check. Rolls up the leaf, spits on into something, and rolls in and slaps it on like the nastiest of your wounds.
Slaps me on the ass.
No.
Right on the ass.
So not a critical success, but it is a success. So 2d8 plus something. 10, I believe.
Does that stop bleeding? Treat wounds.
I'm going to double check that. I hope so. It'll at least keep him on his feet for a round.
I'm not sure if it does or it might. I know other types of overtime damage need magic, but I don't know that this does.
All right, I'll check that in a second. In the meantime, you heal 18. You're at least buys you some time.
Yeah.
And then for my last trick, I'm going to take the Staff of Fire and beat him over the head with it.
Okay.
32.
That is a hit.
34 because he's flat-footed.
True.
Technically, it lowers his AC, but yeah, basically.
I'm sure it doesn't do anything.
It
It doesn't have
crit,
any fire
but
damage or
it
anything.
hits, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not. It doesn't deal fire damage. It's just I'm clubbing a ghost.
Yeah, it does it seems to do like a tiny little bit because I guess technically that's a magic weapon.
It is.
Even
So
if it's just a
there,
stick.
I had nothing else I could do for a single action.
All right, Gangini passes out.
He's not bleeding anymore.
You're
I'm
not
not
bleeding.
Oh, what are you not bleeding from?
Because remember, I
You
did
got first
the.
killed in the first round.
Oh, I
When
don't
he
know.
passed
It was
the
still
reflex.
it was on his token. I thought it was still.
So it's I deleted it from my character sheet, but it is still on my token.
Yeah,
I don't
I'll
know how
remove
to
it.
get rid of
there. I
it.
removed it.
Okay.
Yeah, he is
Alright,
That's
not
why I thought it
so-
was still there. Okay, then you're still on 5.
Okay. I guess we're doing the nursery crawler attack, so I could be disappointed early.
Isn't it done?
No, it
No.
has a bleeding immunity, so it does not take the bleed damage. So it has like 8 hit points left.
Solid.
Critical failure. Good. That is a question mark.
That was a question mark.
Non-natural 20 is not gonna do it.
It is not, no.
And a 2 is not gonna do it. I'm gonna rallying anthem, and I'm gonna go hide over here.
Alright.
Just I don't want to be in line of sight of him.
A wise choice. Sylvina. Take the 9.
Yep. And then I will.
Oh, I gotta check treat. Did you check treat wounds? I'll check it.
Before... I'm looking right now. Treat wounds.
I don't see anything about it.
No, but I can make a separate medicine check to stop him from bleeding.
Okay. There we go. So, Roland is still beating for now.
Actually, it'd be 2 actions to do that as well. All right.
I can just pop a potion if needed.
Yeah, I think do that.
I
I was trying to at least buy you
am
some time.
going to. How many actions would it be to give Roland a potion?
I think 2.
I'd say since it costs you guys 1, it'd probably cost you 2 to do it to someone else.
All right, I will give Roland my lesser elixir of life then.
Nice.
2 actions. Not sure how much that heals off the top of my head though.
I'm pulling it up. Lesser Elixir is 3d6 plus 6. And you get a bonus to diseases and poisons for 10 minutes.
So
Nice.
18 health, and the bleeding should stop.
Yep, magical healing will cancel.
Oh, 18?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
18.
Nice.
And
Just
then-
2 feet.
You know those old, like, trucker hats that would have, like, the beer cans on the sides and little,
Oh, like the
Mhm.
straw.
tubes?
Yeah.
All the potions you've downed over the
I
course
used
of the
to have
campaign.
one. You should just make one of those in character.
37
Uh,
against flat-footed.
hold on. It's because the flat-footed reduces his AC. So when you also say yours is up by 2,
Effectively 35 against flat-footed.
yeah, it just makes it confusing because then it changes. It's effectively 4 difference instead of 2, and I'm trying to remember the crit range.
Yeah.
So it's 35 to reduced AC, so it's not a crit. But he does take some
All right,
damage.
11 fire damage.
All right. We won't.
Alright, this guy's flat-footed right now, and I'm in good shape here. And I did double-check the wording on sneak attack. It doesn't limit how many times I can do it per turn, just so long as they're flat-footed and I hit.
Yep,
That's at least that's what I'm reading. So
I think so.
I'm just gonna in here. So I think I'm in a good place here. I'm still at full health.
We
Crossing
can
my
say
fingers
you
here.
like move off the map to flank, because right now you're not flanking.
Yeah, sure. All right.
So we'll just know
So I
that you're
guess
like over
What-
off the side this way a little bit.
Isn't he still flat-footed?
Oh yeah, I guess it
Because
doesn't matter. He's still
The wording
flat-footed
says
from
it's like
the.
yeah, just so long as it's flat-footed. However,
That'll still
however I
work,
get
Really
it.
matters.
That'll still work.
Yep. All right. So I'm just thinking like I'm just gonna go all out and just do three attacks in a row at him. He's hoping some of the DPS can get through. All right. So first one.
Fish for that crit.
Hit, but no crit. I remember to roll 3d6 because it's the sneak attack plus the divine.
3 off then.
Do you not add anything to your damage rolls?
Yeah, you should have
Here.
weapon specialization or something. Yeah, I think you're missing some modifiers there.
Double check something.
Because I also isn't the
Wait,
Are
what?
you-
Yeah, weapon specialization.
I
Are
think
you,
you're using
um,
the rapier and not the other one, which might be the problem.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Are you expert with
Yeah,
your
I
weapon?
wrote right here. Yeah, I was sorry. I rolled the wrong thing on that one. Mistake. All right. Let's try that again.
do we at least
Alright,
still
there
take
we
the
go, that's
33 to
more like
hit?
Alright, so 33 to hit, 13 damage. Oh, it's different. Okay, hold on. We added the difference here. Okay, I added all that stuff in.
Then I guess 11 sneak.
Well, it was 5 and then 1 divine. Or 10 and 1 divine, I mean.
Oh, okay.
So that was first one, and second. Yes.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Nice. Alright, you crit him.
So 66 extra.
66. Yes.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Alright. He looks
And
barely
final
alive.
one with max map.
flickering in and out of existence.
Ah, 16.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it.
All right, that'll do it for me.
Alright, he is probably gonna die from impending doom in a second, but that happens at the end of the turn, and he is gonna go down schwangin'. Alright, first things first, on Roland, we're gonna do... Didn't get his crow murder thing back, so he's gonna do 3 good old swings. One on Roland, then on Tarek, then on Lupin.
Alright.
Okay. First one, 38.
That crits.
Alright, I need to just do
With
this.
Rallying Anthem, it still crits?
It's still crits with a 38.
Oh.
Alright, you take 37
I'm
And-
up on 5.
and are bleeding for 7.
Oh, right, your thing, your spell target's still on, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you
Reduce that by
add,
5.
add 5 back, yeah. Alright, well now the bleed damage won't down you, at least. All right, then it was the one on Tarek, which doesn't matter what your AC is. The second one was a nat 20.
All right.
You're gonna take 37 as well.
All right.
Whoops, drop that off the fucking table. You're bleeding for 12 as the axe like serrates a wound out of your side. And then last but not least, let's see, this is agile, so 26 to hit Lupin.
That just meets my AC.
Does Rally the Anthem increasing that by 1 change anything?
It would, because that would bump my AC up to 27.
Alright, then it doesn't hit on the final one. Go ahead and roll Impending Doom.
Oh, it did it when I...
Oh, did it do it
rolled
earlier? I did not write that down.
It's
Hold on.
27 bludgeoning.
27? Alright. You see this thing... It's funny that it's bludgeoning, because it does heavily resist physical damage. But it is also only at 2. So you see this thing discorporate in a burst of crows that fly through the ceiling, up into presumably the night sky above. And Stute is dead. Or so it seems.
Poke him with your holy knife, Lupin.
You guys want to know what
Alright.
crit failing the ghostly murder ability does with the crows?
Yes.
Crit failure is 15d6 slashing damage, blinded permanently unless healed by something like restore senses, and you take 5d6 persistent bleed damage.
Damn.
Jesus balls.
Yep, it's pretty bad.
Damn, these Pathfinder bosses don't fuck around.
Well,
Before
this
he passes
this
out,
AP is a
I'm-
lot of like one really strong boss versus a whole party is the design.
Yeah. All right. Before he passes out, I'm going to quickly roll a medicine check to keep rolling up.
Okay.
So save your potion.
Sylvina, do you have any? Are you still bleeding? I can't.
Doesn't
I am still bleeding. I've got 3 rounds of life left, so if Tarek
Okay,
can get
hold on.
rolling, then himself, then me, we're fine.
Technically,
I don't-
if Roland could try to get Sylvina, because there's not really a penalty for failure. Like,
Okay.
you can only be healed once by treat wounds per hour, but like, more than one person can try. You know what I mean?
Well, I think this is
I'm
different
like-
than treat wounds to stop the bleeding.
It's
Honestly,
the
I just
same
realized-
roll. It's just doesn't heal you as well. It's like roll treat
Oh,
wounds to
just-
stop bleeding, or
Yeah. Stop bleeding. Attempt a medicine check. What is the DC of the effect that caused the that? All right. Heck with it. Ben, I'm just gonna roll this. You tell me if it passes or not. I have no idea what these DCs are.
okay.
Against Roland.
Yep,
I
you
hope
stop the
that
bleeding.
heals
You don't
him up.
heal him, but you stop the bleeding.
Yeah, and then Selena.
Well,
Sylvina-
Roland, do you want to try to do it on Sylvina just so you use your turn? Because that might just stop her getting hurt. Or I guess you could do more than one check a turn, so it doesn't matter, Tarek.
is it like
No, it's
recheck
two.
turn,
It's
or-
two. It's 2 actions.
Oh, it's
to do
2
that. So what I'll
actions?
do.
Okay.
So Roland, if you want, so I'll do that. I'll chug a potion if you can get Sylvina.
He tried.
I try to put like a band-aid on it, just gets washed away in my own blood.
You like
And then I'll-
unpeeling the sticky bits, but it's so soaked that it like doesn't stick anymore.
Wait, I have a plus 10 to medicine. Maybe I could try it.
Yeah, go for it.
28.
That is a
Probably
success.
close.
Sylvina does stop bleeding.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Right
And
before her
just
turn.
stop And just to stop the bleed, I'll drink a minor healing potion, just to stop bleeding.
Okay, with your final action of the 3. Gotcha.
Yeah. So I heal 4, no longer bleed.
Alright, we are out of combat.
All right.
Uh.
I have a proposal for you all about Charn.
Mhm.
I have to explain. We have to explain this.
Well, I say we give his father the option of us portraying it as though Charn came down in an attempt to stop the murder.
Really
And-
believe.
In fact, doesn't matter if Titus believes it. We're giving Titus the option to take that deal, and we tell that to the town.
I worry more about if Titus.
You guys
holds
also
it a
don't
personal-
see Broder Quake here.
There is that. Let's look around real quick.
Also,
has Jervis got
for
any
that
loot on him?
encounter, you guys do get where is it? 90 experience for everybody, and a hero point.
It was
90, you
not,
said?
it was not just a 90 experience fight.
That
Yeah,
was
that was-
brutal.
Were you doing that
That was-
based on us at level 8 or level 9?
8, because you're not actually level
Okay.
9 yet.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
If you want less XP though,
No, 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 no.
yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy. I am
Okay.
going to whisper on the wind to Broderick quick and ask if he is alive and where he might be.
Can you pop
I'm
up
just gonna
the
make-
Can you pop up the whisper on the wind? I gotta read the text now.
Meantime, I'm just gonna listen, Ben, and see if I hear anything like before I start just moving through the place.
I believe it only doesn't really work if he's either dead or buried alive.
I'd assume gagged as well might be a problem.
Can they reply with whisper on the wind though?
Says it has the effect of the message spell,
Oh, then I think they can reply with message.
and its range is currently 1 mile.
Now I gotta look up message to see if he can talk while gagged. Multiple layers here.
I mean, he can talk, he just can't really say anything useful.
Okay, you mouth words quietly, but they don't actually come out of your mouth, so he could respond. He's like tied up in some gore-soaked cavern, lots of rotted goblins.
Okay, so
Did
that's
we
where
kill the
first
goblins
entered.
in here?
I think so. I'm gonna run that way.
I'm gonna chug a potion and come with you. What is it for
The
A
lesser
moderate?
street, moderate is, I don't know.
Okay. Let's see. Moderate, you said?
Yeah. 3d8 plus 10.
Yep. 3d8 plus 10.
Nice.
4, 5, 6. Nice. Good roll.
And I still have your thing up. I think it's like probably took,
You
like,
took, you took like how many hits? 5, 6.
I'd say probably 6 or 7.
All right, so you have 13 minutes remaining.
All right.
So once Sylvina calls out, I'm going to quickly move back over this way towards where we saw with the goblin cavern.
Okay.
Do I see Quink in here?
I think you keep going through the caverns. You head out into the main area where you actually fought the goblins.
Oh, right, the ghouls down here.
The goblin ghouls, and you can find him down here. Kind of like slumped against the wall, trying to wriggle out of his bonds.
The gobagools.
The
Goblin ghouls. All right, I'll untie him. And is he like badly injured?
Oh yeah, you see he's like bleeding badly from the temple.
All right, I'll normal med do a. Is he bleeding or like?
Like
For the state.
he's wounded. He's not actively bleeding.
All right. I'm going to hero point reroll that since we just got.
Fair.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
He feels much better.
Yeah, go ahead and roll healing for him. It's gonna be like more health than he like actually has. They go mosses and poultices, dear boy.
You cure his
Quite-
bad back.
Quite good. Like
He just like suddenly takes a couple years.
his like
he-
roomy
a couple
eyes clear up a little bit. Oh, that's very impressive.
Yeah, I imagine like Lupin, he's like so distraught. It's like he kind of got lost along the way, but then he's like he sees there, suddenly runs up, he's like, "Oh, Quink, Quink, thank the gods, you're all right."
I'm fine, dear boy. That scion of House Charn grabbed me and dragged me down here.
If it's worth anything, just the Scarnity household, he was possessed by a ghost. I don't know for how long, but I don't think his actions were his.
A ghost. Is he? Can you tell from the body? I'll bring you over to him as well.
Well, Charn attacked us, we killed him, and then a ghost popped out.
Well, I'm certainly not going to dispute your story after you saved me.
He looked at peace when he went, though.
What was on his... He'd been possessed by a ghost, you say. Was he... What was the ghost doing? I noticed he kept swinging a hatchet around while he dragged me. Did it have anything to do with those murders?
Potentially.
Yeah.
We think so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab a sheet and wrap Charn in it, carry him with.
Do you
Can we search the body first?
take any of his stuff?
I don't
Yeah.
think we take it, but we look at it. I at least want to see what he has, but I don't think we. I don't want to piss off Titus any more than we have to.
You see, he has a
Is it
really
yours?
like shitty, almost like a kid's hatchet. Like it's barely sharp.
And that's-
Additionally, you see.
was
you
the-
guys
the
had
hatchet
long
the-
since gotten the hatchet was like being imbued by the ghost. You guys had long since gotten rid of or sold the other parts. But you see the head of the Clockwork Songbird.
No way we were supposed to do this before we fought the goblin.
Who's to say when he got it?
Okay.
If anyone wants to make a religion check on him.
Yeah, I might as well.
So the hatchet that the ghost was using was like an ethereal hatchet. It wasn't actually the hatchet that Charn had in his hand.
Yeah, it was almost
Yeah.
like his ghostly hatchet was wrapping around Charn's hatchet. Like if you hadn't killed him, he would be fighting like as Charn shittily, but he'd be doing the ghost hatchet's damage.
Oh, okay.
That was like the initial blow he could have struck. So like even if he'd gone first, he did not have nearly as high a bonus to hit as the actual ghost who was like piloting him. You think that normally when a ghost is defeated, it is discorporates unless there is something strong tying it here. The Clockwork Songbird feels like it could meet that criteria, but that's like a little weird because the Clockwork Songbird didn't really have anything to do with the murders like decades ago.
Well,
So you're kind of at a
unless
loss
the
as to, like-
murders have something to do with the pit.
That's true.
Clockwork Songbird is the pit, and we don't really know why he was doing them.
But the point is, you would know that like ghosts can be tied to a place or an object.
yeah.
Both of those cases, it's like a place or an object that means a lot to the ghost. There's like literally no
Yeah.
reason this would ever mean anything to Jervis Stute. Which feels
And we have the other
distinctly
half
odd.
of. We have the other half of the songbird.
I think you guys sold it a while ago, just for gold.
Yeah, we sold it.
Yeah, who did we sell it to?
we
The
sold it to
trinkets
the
and
jeweler.
curiosity guy.
Or Trinker. Yeah.
How much did we sell it for?
I don't remember. That was like fucking 15 sessions ago. I think it was like 50 gold.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we buy it back and be like, hey,
Just take it back from him.
no, buy it back. Like, hey,
Yeah, like he's. Let's see if he sold it since then. I'll say when you guys go back, you'll be able to buy it back from him.
All right. I would like to, if we think this is the thing that is the ghost's vessel, we should not have any of us necessarily carry it, but also not leave it on the body.
Brother Kink, would you mind carrying it?
Don't wanna have
You
to
guys
kill
were pretty loudly talking about how it might possess me, so I don't really want to.
Yes, I really don't want this
If I'm
thing
being
possessing
honest.
this someone who I'm having research into my long lost parents, please.
What the young one said.
I'll hold it for now. We'll take it to Father Xanthus if there's necessity. He might know how to bind it.
You would also know that ghosts do take a decent amount of time to reincorporate.
All right, then we can take it. We can have Santa store it somewhere in the church.
Let's check to make sure he has better notions of the spiritual than perhaps even any of us do.
And
Yes.
I'll save
wish
you guys
we-
some time. You guys are able to buy it back from this is Lord Vishali Voon, the owner
Yeah.
of the Feathered Serpent. He'll sell you back the pieces for 50 gold.
I would like to take Charn's body to Titus,
Okay, I'm gonna bring us back to the town map.
and ideally I would also like it if the rest of you are willing, if we all just say that Titus was doing his best to resist, and he should be seen as a victim and a hero in this case. And that should be our line for the entire team. If that's
I mean,
okay with you all.
That
I'm
is
okay
the
with it.
truth. Like, Charn wasn't actively doing this.
Yes.
I mean, the look on his face, was I the only one who saw that, or is it evident on his
I
body?
think it was just Tarek saw it because you failed that perception check initially.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And the Tarek would nod to that. It's just that. I would back Solvina on that because I would nod.
I'm gonna say if you guys
He
want to
was
make like
finding
a
this thing.
group diplomacy check versus Titus.
Like, if each of us rolls.
Everybody rolls. You need a majority of successes.
All right.
Like you guys all have something different to offer to the tale.
I'm
rerolling that.
Yeah.
gonna reroll mine.
You sure you don't want to keep that nat one for a one?
Better.
You're carrying the body and you drop it right in front of
It like spills more blood.
Well, I did worse.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on.
I
So
went from a 9 to a 7.
27,
Gangini, maybe
22,
you should reroll Gangini.
27.
I mean, if
16,
Gangini can reroll, he might be able to do better, I hope, because he rolled pretty low as well on the die.
I could. I'm just not very invested in this.
Up to you.
Fair
If you
enough.
want to use 0 points for
But
it.
don't you have 2 hero points?
Yes.
He's got to save that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Well,
it.
I suppose it doesn't matter if one of the most influential and powerful people in town hates us for this.
Probably fine.
You are the talker in the party, Gangini. Please.
Fine.
Hit him with the police.
Same roll.
Jesus Christ.
The
Well,
rerolls
you're
are
not
such
going
a-
to lose as much as you would have, but the Scarnettis are now down at -2. Titus is like listens to your whole story and just like quietly, he's an older man, but he's still pretty powerfully built, just scoops up Charn's body, like regardless of the blood that's like seeping into his like fine linen clothes, and just turns to bring him inside. And then like as the door shuts, like indicates like his servant to shut it, he's just like, don't come near my family while you're staying in town. And it shuts.
Fine by me.
I mean, there's another Scarnetti. I say this after the door closes. Like, there is another Scarnetti that's hanging with an intellect devourer. I don't think we're gonna be able to avoid it.
That's
Eric
fair.
kind of shrugs. Do what we could, but it's as we're walking. I think there's only so much we can do if the young ones consistently get into trouble.
We should go report this to
Mm.
the mayor in Hemlock. I think the Rune Watchers already know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's talk with the rest of the town about
Oh,
it.
excuse me.
And I say we stick with the line that Charn was a hero,
And a victim.
A
yeah.
victim.
seen a victim and a hero, and should be seen as such.
Okay.
And that's the way I view it.
Yeah, you guys can spread that around town. So you want to you can make a diplomacy check to spread that around town favorably.
Yeah,
You know, I
I'll
wasn't-
try that.
A hero point. God damn it.
Oh, ow.
We're much better at spreading it around town than convincing.
Charn himself. Or Titus.
Titus.
No.
I think
Yeah.
that might honestly go a little bit toward helping Charn feel a bit better about that.
You mean
Um,
Titus?
Titus, sorry,
Charn
not
is
Charn.
dead.
Charn's 10. So I'm not gonna change your faction reputation with him, but it's not getting worse right now, at least.
Okay.
You guys also are gonna get 120 XP for finishing the murders. And doing a doom, basically.
Okay. We should
Sorry, how much?
deliver.
So we're up to 210 now.
A 120.
It was 120 plus 90.
For finishing
And I think we
the
should-
5th doom.
Deliver the
Ironic, because the 4th doom is still ongoing.
clockwork bird to Xanthus or to Absolar for safekeeping.
Yeah, just to make sure.
Absalar?
Yeah,
That's his
Xanthus.
first name.
Xanthus. Just.
I just mainly
keep
call him
something in
Father
a vat
Xanthus
of holy
'cause-
water.
I don't care about his first name.
Just keep the thing in a vat of holy water or something.
let's
Yeah.
make sure that's actually what's binding him.
He puts
If
like
not,
some. I think he'll make a religion check on that. I feel pretty fairly confident that this would allow the ghost to reconstitute. I think it'd be here rather than any of his old haunts, like his old temple. I will try to suspend it in holy water, put seals magically in place around it, and hopefully that'll be enough for now.
Perhaps at some point, that might need to take a trip along with Rip Nugget's armor to a volcano.
Yep.
We have like so many like bottled dooms in the temple right now.
Yep.
Good lord.
The follow-up adventure to Seven Dooms, Journey to Mordor.
Yeah.
I was about to say, up, we're taking the ring to Mordor.
I mean, conveniently, there
Is there-
are volcanoes in Varizia, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's just,
is that
we checked. It would still be a monster of a hike to get to one right now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Is
the
that-
nearest one is in the mountains, I think to the northeast-ish, and that's a ways away.
That's days
Is
and
that-
days and days.
is that one goblin still infinitely regenerating?
Yeah, that's Rip Nugget.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking
He's
about
like,
with taking
it's
his armor.
started to reform a few times, but we've kept it in check.
You just keep ripping his nuggets.
He kind of like seems horrified by the phrasing, but like nods. Also, that reminded me of a. Who did I don't know. Maybe I sent you guys. Did I send you guys the Nugget quote?
I saw it in the memes channel for the other one, and
Oh, that was the other channel.
that was my response.
It
to
was it was someone. It was like some quote I saw this person posted on Facebook, but it was, "I'm dipping nuggets you've never heard of into sauces you could never understand." It's just a fucking phenomenal line.
I feel
said,
like
I have a number of questions, but I'm also afraid of the answers.
Fair.
I feel like Xanthus, like given the region, I could not have been the only crusader he has ever met.
No,
no.
for sure not.
And there has to be For like a demonic invasion, there has to be some level of like gallows humor that Crusaders have.
Yeah. I think he's, this guy's also been in Sandpoint dealing with like the parties of adventurers from like 5 different APs. I think he's pretty seasoned. It's just like this is some classic adventuring banter.
I mean, to be fair, we're honestly as kind of messed up as we are. We're probably not the worst he's had to deal with.
I still really want to convince you guys to do. I know James, you did most of it, but you only got like halfway through of Rise of the Rune Lords. It's so good.
Yeah,
It's so good. I still think we should do it.
I'd be down some point.
I think we'll still
Yeah.
do like Starfinder next, but like I think it could be fun to go back to like the OG Pathfinder 1E campaign because boy does it hold up.
I assume everyone wants to go to bed now.
Yeah.
You guys can
Yeah.
get your level
I'll do
up. It's finally time.
Before we go to bed,
I would say
medicine checks
before-
for everybody.
And I will probably stop by Pixie's kitten and just like let her know that the murderer should be not.
Did they even know about the murders yet?
Still.
No, the Pixies, they were the one who gave us the letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
right,
definitely did.
fair.
Yeah.
But I don't. You're talking to I forgot what her name is. The Madame.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
I don't know if the actual like courtesans know yet.
So, Ben, I'm going to go ahead and just roll like
I think she'd probably
2d8
slowly
plus-
break it to them, and that like it's safe for them to travel
Yeah.
around town.
Ben, I'm gonna just roll 2d8 plus 5,
Okay,
or
it is
it was
K, I'm
plus
not
10.
crazy.
Excuse me.
Okay. Go ahead.
I would just take 10 on all of
Yeah.
these.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
medicine
Then.
check.
Just take time off. All right, you guys. Got rid of the 5th Doom. 4th Doom's still out there, but you know.
Yeah, we'll need to scale back to the pit soon. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Roll. Okay.
I'm gonna be honest though. That fight somehow not quite as hard as the worms fight.
Forms are just a flog. Genghis.
I think if anyone had been
Oh, good
permanently
gracious.
blinded, it would have gotten real rough real quick.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. That would have been very bad.
That also could have
Well,
happened on his I forget the name of the ability, but like when he was
Eye
trying to
gouge.
psychically pluck out Gengami's eyes, he basically could have like literally done that.
Oh.
Lupin. And myself.
But he could only do that one once per day, as opposed
Well,
to the
means
crows,
you and
which
I,
could recharge.
you and I got the same heal.
I meant to.
Well, except for me,
Yes.
because I picked up the feat last level up, that makes it means you can do it once per hour.
Isn't it already once per hour?
Is it?
Yeah.
Here, let me bring it up again real
What's
quick.
the feat might be 10-minute rest maybe? I don't
Battle
sorry.
medicine.
Oh,
Battle
okay,
medicine,
yeah.
that's what I was talking about.
Basically,
Alright, wrong
yeah.
thing,
Normally, the battle medicine can only be like once per day, but you can do it once per hour. You can get it done on you once per hour,
And you also gain an additional extra 8.
which is pretty
Oh, yeah.
spicy.
Yeah,
And
you
it's-
gain 29 then.
Nice.
And then
You-
we level
you
up
get your-
and we gain con times level.
But we would have already gotten our hit points when we... Yeah, so... Yes. Wait. It
It's
should automatically do it when you level up on the...
Okay, cool.
When we sleep. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I mean when we sleep.
Oh, sleep. Yes,
We
con times level.
regain con times level.
Ben, how long would it take to retrain a skill to another skill?
I think retraining is faster in town, if I recall.
I'm not quite at full health, but I'm pretty close.
What are you trying to retrain?
I want to trade nature for medicine.
It would take normally it would take a week. It would take because of how much reputation you guys have right now. It would take you 4 days.
4 days.
Kind of feel like we may want to... I think that's a good thing to do, but I kind of want to wait till after we get... I don't know if we want to wait 4 days while what's-his-name is down in the pit still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am
I-
nowhere near full health. I'm like
Yeah, I'll keep patching people up when we... Like, so you get 4 times your con when we sleep, and I'll patch you up again in the morning.
Or you mean 9?
Yeah, it should be 9.
Oh, right. Sorry, I was thinking my con mod is 4, is what I was
Oh.
thinking. Sorry,
Yeah.
my brain is mush.
I am
Also,
one above
as
bloodied
the-
after 1 day of rest.
As the town begins to learn of like you stopping these, and the sheriff will compliment you guys as well. You guys are gonna gain some reputation points with a few different factions. I'll update the numbers.
Reputation with people who actually matter.
I kind of feel for Titus because like his kid just died, and to be fair to Charn, this wasn't his fault. For all the time we've known him, it could have just been a ghost.
I would
mean,
like to be
okay.
decently on good terms with the Scarnettis because I want to do bad things to someone they're associated with, and I think having them on good terms would be productive to that.
And you rescued Quink. Alright, a bunch
I
of
feel
your
like-
things have gone up.
I feel like the Rune Lords have to go up the highest because we did save their leader.
They went up by 5, which is a huge jump, from 12 to 17.
Oh.
Which does bring it to admired.
Right. So Cathedral's still at 17, I assume?
Cathedral's at 18, it went up by 1. Merchant went up
Okay.
by 2, Scarnetti went up by 1, Townsfolk went up, I believe, by 4, Town Watch went up by 5.
Okay, so if I'm
Bunyip
correct,
Club did not
we're
change.
at...
Here's the
If I'm
rankings.
correct, we're at 18 with the Cathedral, 17 Rune Watchers, 15. And I believe that puts the Rune Watcher, or the Mercantile League, also to up a level, or no?
Yeah,
about
you're
60.
admired with them too. They're at 15 now.
Cool. All right.
I popped it up on Roll20. It's a handout.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
I saw it. I checked. Okay.
All right.
I have flight finally.
You have what?
I know it's not super useful underground in the pit, but
Sorry, what do you have?
Flight.
flight.
I mean, that's always useful.
Yeah, 10
Like,
minutes
flight's
a day
never
of flight
not useful,
speed.
yeah.
I am going to do disgusting things with it, and it's exciting.
I am at 143 out of 97 health. I'm at 97 out of 143, I mean.
I was like, what?
I am at
Why are you so far?
104 out of 116.
You guys could spend another day resting.
I might just have, like, Tara.
Yeah,
Cash
I'll
grab.
patch everybody up and
Once
I
in the
think we
morning.
need-
There is still presumably
yeah,
a rival
fight me out.
adventuring party being led by an intellect devourer in the pit currently.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I'd like to
Um,
go down.
I need to prep some spells here in a second.
Okay.
Question for the group. I was originally going to use my skill increase to increase nature. I'm half tempted to put it in diplomacy. I'm not gonna lie, because we have to do so much around town.
It's not a bad decision.
I don't feel like I use nature that often. Is the problem.
I might put mine in diplomacy too. Put it up to
I put my
Intimidation.
mine into deception.
Yeah.
First one. So, I was also not doing it from like a usefulness perspective, and my
Yeah.
diplomacy is not bad, so it's not. Like,
Yeah, I think like I could make nature expert. I could train myself in stealth, or take training in stealth, or take training in diplomacy.
What would training bring you up to for your diplomacy?
A bonus of 11. But right
Okay.
now it's 0.
I think because we got one right now and one at 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
I might still put it in intimidation because next level I get battle cry where, as a reaction, I can intimidate whenever I think
Yeah.
I either kill something or get a crit.
I think I'm going to go ahead and put it in diplomacy just so I'm not an active drag on the party in diplomatic encounters at least.
Also,
Yeah.
interestingly, my plan for my level up has kind of changed.
Oh.
Since we killed that guy. Because basically, I've been doing whenever I hit one of the expand the portal things, I've been choosing which to go with based on whether Sylvina's more in a vengeance or partying mood. And I think now that we just had a good vengeance, she's more in a partying mood.
Had
so
a good
we're gonna go with
vengeance. Makes sense.
We're gonna go with something air this time instead, which is just worse. Unfortunately, I was gonna take resistance to cold and fire damage.
Did Roland blue ball your vengeance against Charn?
I didn't need vengeance against Charn so much. It was against the murderer. Charn wasn't really
Okay.
the murderer.
It's true. It was Jarvis.
But now I can figure out which one I'm gonna take.
Alright, so this is nice. Now with Debilitating Strike, along with my sneak attack damage, I can have the target either take a 10-foot status penalty to movement speed or become enfeebled 1 until the end of my next turn.
Damn.
Enfeebled.
Fucking.
Yeah, that's pretty much going to be like here.
I think
I
it's
got
usually
foils.
enfeebled, but there might be some benefit to
Oh.
like slowing them, fucking cut their ankles.
Oh, yeah, those are both good. I picked
gonna
up
take
foil
that.
senses, so
What
now
does
I
that do?
can avoid notice, hide, and sneak while avoiding any sort of special senses
Oh,
from
nice.
enemies.
You're always considered to take
And I
precautions.
also
Okay.
grabbed, since I'm a tricksy fox, I picked up Fox Trick.
I'm gonna take the junction aura for air. This means is while
That's
I
cool.
have my kinetic gate open, everyone within it, and it's currently at 10 feet.
Burns to
range.
ashes.
No, they start with an additional. All me and allies start with an additional 10 feet of move speed.
That's actually big.
Yeah.
So
that's
So one of the main things I got was I have combat flexibility now. So if you guys ever want me to pick up, well, essentially whenever you guys prepare spells, I can prepare a different feat
Weird.
from fighter.
That's cool.
Oh right, I need my ancestry feat. Which
So
weren't
right now I
great
just
ones.
went with intimidating strike to hopefully like synergize with Gangini. But if you guys need me to like take something else, I can always do that.
I'm good with it. I mean, it's what does it do?
Combat flexibility or intimidating.
So what does flexibility get you?
Whenever you guys would prepare spells, I can prepare a 8th level or lower fighter feat and get its effects.
Not bad.
It's pretty baller. Pretty
Yeah.
baller ability.
Because I can always pick up a shield and then just try to like guard you guys if I can.
This is a very nice level. I get flying, I get the expand the portal, and I get perception expertise.
Damn, she better be perceptive as fuck.
Nice.
Not really, but it's better than
More
it
than you
was.
were.
What was it before?
It was a 12 and now it's a 14.
That's pretty
Nice.
good.
Oh, yeah, I also get rogue resilience, so now I am expert level in fortitude saves, and now when I get a success, I get a critical success.
God damn.
Oh, you got that too? Nice.
Yep.
Everybody stop being immune to my fucking saves.
Speaking of
Oh,
things,
we-
Well, that
Ben,
sounds
we were
like
rolling-
a you problem.
We were rolling 28s and 29s and still failing.
Like, it's
No,
not my
it's
fault.
a
he has
me
DC
problem
30.
because if you guys automatically pass, he's just gonna throw shit at me.
Well,
Oh.
the good news is I don't start auto passing reflex saves until level 11.
Oh, we're so back.
What's your fourth save right now, Gangini?
Surprising, much better than you think it would be. 17.
Seriously?
That is way
That
better
is
than
much
Yeah.
better than I expected.
I'm expert, and I have 16 con.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I was
I
thinking like
19.
I was thinking like Wizard Boy. I'm thinking like fuck is probably going to be like a 9 or something. But
Con is my second best statistic.
I'm a master in Fort. Mine's a 19.
Yeah,
with a
I'm a
four-
master in Fort
18
with
con.
19.
Lord.
With 19 con score. Next level, I'm excited. It's
Oh,
gonna
I get a
be-
+1 to all my saving throws for my bracers.
Nice.
So
Okay.
that's helping. Ben,
Oh,
a
true.
question. Can I wear gloves and the bracers? How does that work?
Think so? Let me double check. You could in one E.
And Roland. I also picked up Flinging Updraft, so I can now throw you, what is it, 45 feet? Yeah, 45 feet as the beginning of combat. Or on my first turn if you want to be thrown somewhere.
I think you can just wear both. I don't see anything that says you can't.
I mean, I think the difference
you
is
can
like
only have like 10 on you, basically.
it's going to wear 10 sets of bracers.
I think I wouldn't allow the same thing to work, but it's less
feel
limiting
like-
than it was before, I guess.
I wonder if there are people who can wear bracers as shin guards or vice versa if they're like either really jacked or really weak.
I mean, if it matters, Ben,
Who knows?
my gloves aren't very good. They're one of the random gloves I
No,
got.
I think
And
bracers don't cover
on
your
it-
hands. Like, you're fine.
Yeah. Also, the reason I got them is James told me that Lupin was going to be a bard, so I thought I might have to do some thieving.
Look, I got mixed up with
Look,
I
I am just saying that's why I have the gauntlets of, what are they called? Mischief.
Yeah.
Charlatan's gloves. Yes. So I kind of like half prepared to be the rogue of the party and a wizard. I think it's better this way though.
They should lead more into the wizard bit and just go for like fuck off AoE evocation stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
I like a lot of your spells are like really good, like the Rowling Anthem, Fireball. Impending Doom is great.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the little stump dude.
yeah.
when it lands, it has like a really
counterpoint.
annoying effect, but he hasn't panned out yet.
Counterpoint.
I do love little stuff.
If we didn't have the summon for the fight with the trolls,
Yeah,
we did
we would've
not
been
have acid damage.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
pretty rough.
Also,
acid now.
Also, my summon elemental is one of my signature spells, so I can cast it at any level I can cast, like without preparing it specifically for it.
Yeah,
So
no, that one's great.
summon elemental. The 5th level ones get like a lot better.
Also,
And
Ben,
anyway,
Yes.
just because I'm not hard enough to kill already, I'm taking Undying Ferocity for my Ancestry feat this level.
Mm-hmm. The
So, because I have Toughness, it says I resist Death's Clutches with Supernatural Vigor. When I use Orc for... wait, that's not the right one. Defy Death, I'm sorry. Instead, okay, excuse me, you are exceptionally difficult to kill. The DC of your recovery checks is equal to 9 plus your dying value, or 8 if your dying value is Toughness, if I have Toughness. So it goes for, like, if I'm recovering to stand back up, I get a 8 plus dying instead of 10 plus dying. And if for whatever reason I am ever if I am returned to life with magic that would normally leave me debilitated for a week, I don't suffer that condition.
That's really cool. Resurrected, ready to fucking go.
How much How much would my, because I have a new sword now, how much would I +1 striking bastard sword go for?
+1 strike. I think it's the base weapon plus 100 gold pieces for a +1 striking weapon. So it's probably like 115 or something. But then have it because you're selling it, so 115 60 gold basically.
Hey, Townsfolk, anyone want to buy a sword that killed a demon? I got an upgrade.
I feel like some of the armories in town, like Savah's armory, she would grab it.
Is there actually, because that's not a huge amount of money, is there anyone with a town watch who likes to use bastard swords?
I think most of them are trained in pole arms, but I think you find a couple that are like willing to have that as their backup weapon.
I gift it to the town watch.
So there's like this like one sergeant that works under Sheriff Hemlock that has like this sword just like strapped to his back on patrol, even when he's not using it. It's just always on his back.
Hell yeah.
It's looking like the Buster Sword.
Yeah, for him it's like the fucking Buster Sword.
Do our heal tricks, then head to the pit.
All right, let me do. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say probably at some point. I don't know, maybe because Lupin doesn't know anywhere else like here. I guess at some point Lupin will be waiting out for you, Roland, outside the Pixies kit. Say, hey, Roland, you got a sec? I wanted to talk to you about something.
Sure.
Okay, I've already asked everybody else, so I guess it's only fair that I ask you. What do you think about Red?
Have I ever met Red?
Briefly. Yeah, you met her
Yeah,
when
I
they
think
were
like
at the Rune Watchers.
I don't believe we've talked.
okay, but you must have gotten some sort of impression about her, right?
She seems fine.
It's, you know, I don't know what I was expecting, but
Would you rather?
Hey.
Would you rather I say I have the hots for your girl?
and you can tell it's like the way he's saying that you're not sure whether he's like more at least slightly offended at either one, you saying you have the hots for her, or saying that, like that they're like wait, you really think that there's something between me and her? Like there's like something really there.
It is obvious to everyone except for you.
Fucking oblivious fox.
Can you pull up a picture of Red? Because I forgot what she looks like.
Hold on.
I think it should be in the handouts.
There we go.
She looks like Carmen Sandiego.
It's Carmen Sandiego.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's basically yes.
But legally distinct.
Yes.
It's like a Christine Los Angeles. Okay. So you guys get that rest. You always level up stuff. Are you taking so you're not taking another day of rest? You want to head back to the pit to teleport?
I'm gonna do a round of heals here in a minute. I'm still prepping spells and stuff. Actually, can we take a bathroom break real quick?
Yeah, we can pause here for a bathroom break.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll be right back in a few minutes.
Also, and I want to go shop.
Okay, we'll go shopping when we come back.
while we're here, let's clear things out.
Whoops! I just realized I did not hit the button on. I just realized I didn't hit the button to restart the stream for a second. Whatever. We just missed. They missed us shopping for like 5 minutes.
Want to risk the poison?
For those watching, you missed some shopping, and then now there's a pit full of old goo from the worms that they're examining.
Do I think it's flammable?
You would presume all the fireballs that detonated here, it probably would have caught if it was flammable.
Okay. Yeah, I figured.
I can go in. I'll have sound body prep. I'm still sorting my spells, but I will have at least one of those. If somebody gets, I'll go, and if I get poisoned, I can treat myself on that one.
All right.
All right. You can
We'll
hop
give
down and give me a fortitude save.
Tarek the rope.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I probably have the best fortitude save still, don't I?
Oh, you might.
And Roland might tie with me.
And you can fly.
I'm easier to be picked up, and I can fly, so we'll tie the rope around me, and I'll go down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a fortitude save.
I'm pretty sure I can lift you up. I don't think you can lift me up.
Yeah, exactly. 36.
Yeah.
You're totally fine. Nothing happens.
And assuming it passes, I auto crit pass.
Yeah,
So.
you're good. You make it all the way to the end. Give me a perception check. You see this tunnel like stretches down at a slow slope. You see a
32.
couple patches of luminescent violet moss. And you would think this is probably a path down into the Darklands where the Drider came from.
Got it. All right. We can send me back up then.
All right.
All right. Do we want to deal with the tomb or the mushrooms?
Classic
Good
question.
I mean, I think we ran past the little tomb, right?
Yeah.
The tomb is up here, so we'd have to like climb our way up to get to it.
Yeah, I think you could probably take 20 now that you're not threatened.
Yeah.
Okay. We can deal with the tomb next.
All right. We'll drag you
I
guys
guess
up
if
to
that's
the
what everyone
tunnel.
wants to do.
Yeah. I think we're here. We might as well deal with it.
Yeah.
All right. Read the
And
description of this
what
room
did we
again.
figure out about this tomb?
Oh, it's dedicated to the Demon Lord of Worms? Rot? Something like that?
I'll read the description of the
Yeah.
room first. The ceiling of this 30-foot diameter cavern rises to a dome some 15 feet above where you are now. The floor is split by a large pit that drops 20 feet down into a lake of still, dark water. A stone sarcophagus sits on the eastern ledge of this room, its sides carved what appears to be coiling snakes or worms. On some perception and religion checks, you guys realize that the carvings, in fact, depict a single immense coiling worm that is just looping over and over itself every time. On a religion check,
Worm.
this is likely a depiction of Yehidithris, the demon lord of age, time, and worms. If I was to make another religion check, I think there's one more thing you guys... I'm pretty sure you guys didn't discover this last time. 29. On a 29, Solvina, this particular style of sarcophagus and like design, this style of carving is meant to bind, punish, and dishonor the body sealed within.
Okay.
If anyone wants to make an Arcana check, as you can see, the sarcophagus does seem to have a glint of magic about it, kind of lightly glowing in the darkness. Gangini, smashing it. Gangini, this sarcophagus radiates necromancy magic, and you think that the magic it contains would be capable of sustaining someone sealed inside forever without the need for air, food, or water.
That's probably not great.
But we also know it's supposed to like
Bind them. Yeah.
It's also like a
it's
dishonorable thing.
yeah.
So
Odie is being punished.
so this tomb is dedicated to Logan. What's his face? Yid.
Yehidithris. I'll put it in the
Yehidithris.
chat. It's hard to say.
Hit a thrust.
I think
Yeah.
most of the demon lords and like devil princes in Pathfinder have like pronunciation guides on the wiki. I don't think this one does. I think it just is spelled this way.
So the sarcophagus is keeping whoever is like sealed in,
And
but it's also a
alive.
form of keeping them alive as well. But it's also a form of punishment and humiliation.
Yeah. This style of carving is meant to bind, punish, and dishonor the body within. Also, I was right. Yeah,
It
there's
is-
no phonetic pronunciation of this guy, so we're gonna say Yehidithris is what it is.
So is the people who bound him in here, is this done to keep like a Yehidithris follower demon cultist in check, or is this done as a Yehidithris cultist like screwing with some guy they don't like?
Okay, I mean, I think you're not
I mean,
quite
I
sure. It's been
imagine
sealed down here a long
it's-
time.
It's probably done by the cult, but the question is, are they doing it to their own guy or someone else? I think. But I don't know.
Can I ask Iomade real quick what's going on? Does she know?
I think that would effectively be your like religion check. Thinking
Okay.
of, like what that would be. I mean, someone could get closer and investigate. No one's actually jumped across the chasm yet.
I'm gonna have Sylvina just back
Yeah,
up
I'll
for a
flinging
sec.
updraft rolling.
You don't need to. I can just jump across.
Oh, sure.
Alright, give me an athletics check.
I don't need to. I can jump for 15.
Damn, nice. All right, you leap the gap over the like gross, dingy water. You as you land, like kind of like the crunch of gravel under your boots, you hear a voice in the coffin sarcophagus starts shaking. Those who mainly Sylvina, you hear the person is yelling in Thessalonian, just like, hey, let me out, let me out. Does anyone reply in Thessalonian? If
What
no
is
one does, he
Thessalonian
begins to
again?
shout in Varisian as well.
I'll probably reply in Thessalonian and just say, "Who are you?"
My name is Zalavexis. I have been trapped in
Dang.
here. I don't know how
you
long.
spell it then?
I'm just gonna copy paste it for you.
Bet.
Zalavexis.
Okay.
He's like, look, that bitch Lyra LaRue locked me in here.
Why would she do that?
I could give you a great reward if you free me. Why would she do
What
that? Because she's a
reward?
jealous fucking.
Is he still talking in Thessalonian or should he
No, he's in
shift to
Varisian now. I was saying he switched to Varisian.
Yeah.
So is the language we speak, is that Varisian? Like, what are we?
You guys presumably can speak Common, which is probably, if you're from here, is Varisian. In 2E, they kind of
Okay.
made it so Common is just the placeholder of whatever language you're there, which I don't love as much. Because previously, Common was a specific language. It was Taldori. Because Taldor conquered, like, the entire world, basically. Like, they were like England in the past. And that's why
Right.
it became Common, is because they, like, forced it on everybody. Which I personally think is more interesting. But Varisian is, like, the language of this region.
Okay.
But in my canon, it's the other thing.
Why would she be jealous of you?
She never was
That-
a
I
powerful
don't-
caster. Fucking politician.
Oh, speaking of, we do have more research to do at some point, don't we?
Yeah.
You did also learn
Yeah,
at
we
one
do.
point with the research you did that, like, what he's saying isn't
Yeah.
inaccurate. She wasn't.
No, this is kind of.
So why are you in like
we still
a
told us the reward, though.
I have all kinds of knowledge and magical arcana that I could share with you. I did plenty of my own research. Come on. It's been years. I can't be in here anymore.
So when you said this place was like dedicated to like the worm god, Euhydithris, the only thing in here is the sarcophagus.
Yeah, you haven't seen any like
Right.
other temple stuff around here to Euhydithris.
Was Lahira LaRue a worshiper of that, or
Not that you guys have found out in research.
I feel like I want to bring this into a room that doesn't have a chasm in between it.
That would be a hard athletics check to lift the sarcophagus over the pit.
And just shot put
I
him
mean,
across.
if he can lift it, I can give him a crazy jump.
Should I try an athletics?
That's
I mean,
up
it's
to you.
up to you. I don't know.
I want to try to lift it because this is a bit precarious where we are right now.
All right, give me a athletics check to lift the sarcophagus. Nice. And Sylvina can uplift the wind.
All of my
Yo,
athletics
opening
checks.
Yeah,
updraft
Jesus Christ.
rolling.
Your athletics checks. He's been working out.
Basically gives him a 45-foot jump.
Here, where do you guys want to bring it?
Let's bring him to like a room where if he wants to kill us, we can fight back.
Maybe the
Maybe
spider's
this
room.
room?
Okay.
This room here, not the spider room, because like that's precarious too. We could fall and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, million.
This one?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, that worked.
Can't drag his actual sarcophagus, but I can drag this one.
Do you- I'll ask him, do you worship any gods by any chance?
What? Why does who I worship matter? Are you a priest?
No.
I mean, I'm not technically a priest, but like,
Is that the one that was speaking Thessalonian? What does that mean? What is technically?
well, I wouldn't call myself a priest, and I'm certainly not, ordained in any way.
Could you be
How do you feel about
ordained
you?
enough to open this fucking box?
How do you feel about Euhydithris?
What? Who? What?
Okay, well, this I just don't believe.
Insight check.
Yeah. The perception to see if somebody's lying.
Is perception, yes, because that's what they rolled sense motive into. You you get the sense that he's like he might be lying. This is not his focus right now. Like he probably knows who that is academically. You definitely think he's lying. Also say if you guys want to try to make some checks like deception or diplomacy or intimidate, interviewing the sarcophagus could count as research.
Ooh.
Can I like start to prop him over the fire, threaten to slowly cook him?
I think he's fine while he's in there.
Fair. Hey guys, do you guys remember where that volcano was?
Why is he talking about volcanoes?
It's far away. It's very far away.
Yeah, but we could always get a card and bring it there.
Alright, you guys are at 7 total research points last time.
I'm trying to intimidate him into giving it.
Give me an intimidate check as you drop that on him. Like the lava discussion. Alright, that is a success, not a crit success, but your Zalvaxis total goes up by 1. Which does bring you guys to 8, which is the next research tier.
Okay.
Look, alright, I can tell you some stuff about Lyra LaRue, okay? She built additional chambers. Yeah. They're below the spy barracks. She kept hidden from the spies in her employ as well from Rune Lord Karzug. She's researching variants of the clone ritual. She's got a series of laboratories, one level down from the higher-ranking spy barracks.
Can you put this in the chat, Ben?
Yeah.
I can't find where I put my LaRue research notes, and so
Oh,
it's going
no.
to take me a bit to...
Alright, I put it in Roll20. Actually, let me put it in Discord. It's a cleaner copy. One sec. Do you have, or tell me if you find the previous ones. I can put the ones for the previous tiers if need be.
Oh, I'm sure I'll find them somewhere. It's just weird.
There
One
are
of the
a bunch of-
keywords. I mean, if you look up Karzug, you might if you Control F on your documents.
This is not a Word document. This is a notes document. And notes documents do not have control.
Can't you do searches and notes? I thought you could. Yeah,
Oh, you
You
can.
can.
Oh.
Yeah. Tap, then find
That-
a note.
Great.
I only know that because I keep a lot of D&D notes on the notes app as well, and I have to like search through them.
Gankini, do you want to come be good cop and try to like diplomacy some more information out?
He's like, "Is that enough?" Yeah, Gangi,
Yeah, we
you
can
can
do
try
that.
it. Yeah. What do you want to tell him, Gangi? Like, cooperate, and we'll release you.
Like,
Yeah, hey, we're really interested in Laura. What's her name?
Lyra LaRue.
Lyra LaRue.
that sounded like a few too many syllables when you said it.
Yeah, I had a brain fart.
I'll type it again. Lyra LaRue.
Okay. Interesting.
I think my notes may just be gone. That would be really unfortunate.
I can copy and paste the other ones in the Discord. Hold on.
I'll try and figure out like
I want to do it in chronological order, except for the one I posted today. Like, that's obviously the most recent tier, but I will start with tier 1, then tier 2, as I paste them.
Let's see. I'll tell him that like we want like a good faith bit of information, so I convinced Roland to like calm down and let him out.
oh god, I didn't do that, did I?
Alright, there's the ones. That is another success. If anyone else wants to try a social skill on this guy, you're not at
I'll
another
try
tier.
deception, I guess.
Okay, what are you saying to deceive?
I feel like if we knew a bit more, we might be able to make about Lyra LaRue. We might be able to better understand whether we should release you based on, if we think she was the type who would just randomly throw someone in here.
Okay, give me a diplomacy check.
Well, I'm lying. I'm trying to deceive her.
Sorry,
I'm not
I said
seriously
diplomacy,
trying to-
but I meant deception. I just did not say it very
Terrible.
well.
Terrible.
You want channel points? I got some.
No, I've got a hero point. Even worse. Cool. One of those days.
What
Good
was
cop,
the,
bad
what was
cop,
the
and crazy
final
cop.
one?
20.
Okay. He's like, whoa, I'm not just because I'm stuck in a sarcophagus doesn't mean I was born yesterday.
I rolled an 8 and then I re-rolled it into a 4.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't put this in these notes, did I?
If you guys are good for it, I'll just crack this thing open.
It's not. Is it in here?
Yeah, I
I'd
don't
say
have
if
really
anyone
sort of
if
like-
anyone hasn't tried yet, someone can make one last try, but then he's probably
I'll do one.
clamming up.
Let me do one more. Thing is covered in worm iconography. Clearly, is got it playing the part of the dumb work. I think clearly it's time to make him worm chow.
No, where the hell did I put my notes?
I'm not gonna get much better than that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's like, look, let's just get down to business. I got treasure and arcane knowledge and all that. Just let me out.
The only way to deal with it is to open it up. Hopefully, he's not
How many
insane.
total points did we get from this? 2?
2, yeah. So you guys are at 9 currently.
I finally found them, and I figured out why I couldn't find them before.
Did you put them in Liam's games notes?
I did not. I checked though.
Okay.
Before I found them.
that was gonna be my guess.
I abbreviated basically everything. So when I looked up research, it didn't come up because everywhere it said research was research points abbreviated RP.
Nice. Convenient. I love the idea that you tried to save yourself time to no effect.
Yeah.
All right, Roland, you're trying to crack
yeah.
that thing open?
Yeah.
All right.
Swing the sword.
You make an athletics check to just try to rip this lid off. That'll do.
That'll do.
Yeah. It's meant
Oh,
for him.
5.
The seals are for him not to get out, not for you guys to not get in. As he erupts out of the sarcophagus, you realize that he might be a little bit of a stretch. There's not really anything left of Zalavaxis's body. All that is left is an animate amount of worms.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Guys, it's more worms.
It was that was on that was on the label.
Aren't you guys so excited?
Yeah. I feel like this is kind of on us. Do we remember which floor was the high-ranking spy barracks? Was that the 3rd floor?
Oh, that's the wrong music that I wanted. That's the wrong one. You would think that's a good. That seems like
upper 2 floors were barracks. The upper 2 floors were barracks.
Yeah, you think there's a lot of rooms that like this would be maintaining.
So the cloning room was probably the room where all of the guys on the 3rd floor were trying to clone themselves so they could avoid the sunlight.
Correct. It seems like she was probably using it for something else, and they co-opted it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let me, before you guys start this fight, let me clear our initiative order real quick. All right, go ahead and roll in. Just gonna be straight initiative. Come on, roll 20. Let me roll.
Mine didn't select my token for some reason.
I'll add you in. You can type in your own number once I add you.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Let's sort this order. Sylvina, it's gonna be you. Gangini, what's your bonus to initiative? 16 or something, right?
My bonus is when I have a feat that whenever I tie, I win.
Is that what your feats?
I believe so.
That's
Let me
really
double
funny.
check.
I was gonna say he's got a higher initiative bonus, but if that's what your ability, then yeah. Either way, Sylvina, you are up first because it is you got the 33.
Yeah, I think Sylvina's just gonna.
Yes, ambush awareness says if I am tired in an initiative for the opponent, I win.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Probably mutter a string of curses about the worms and
Oh wait, I have an ability. Oh, hold on.
the smell.
The smell.
And
I haven't
just,
thought of the smell.
What if we all
It's
got
such a
+2 to
pain to have to-
initiative?
Oh, hold on. What is this?
2 initiative and what is it? Half my level. And 5
I don't think
temporary
either
hit points?
Roland or I get it, but I think the others do.
Where are you? Oh yeah, because you're at the top. Well, Lupin
Lupin-
and
we can't
Tarek
get-
would get +2. I don't know if that
Yeah,
changes
Temporary hit
anything.
points. If it does for me, it puts
Oh
me
yeah,
ahead
32
of,
puts you ahead
Ugly.
of Zalvaxis. Nice.
Hold on.
And I think Gangini should get it as well.
It just says
Is
each
you-
ally.
Each
Up to you.
ally. I think you're included in allies.
I'm gonna go with Warhammer rules and say that yes, you are.
You are an ally to yourself.
Yeah.
Just because we dealt with this a lot in Return in 1E, Ben.
Yeah.
So I assume it applies in this too. just 'cause
That's
of the
my
way
thought
that
too.
character
I would
built.
assume if they haven't changed that, I don't know why they would. That
Yeah.
that wasn't something that needed to be changed. I would be surprised if it did.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually it's Gangini first, thanks you, Tao Sylvina, but then you get priority.
Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Worm. I'm debating between two options here. You know, let's do mirror malefactors. Test out this particular new spell on him. I'm assuming he's not a vampire. Or he's large or smaller. He's only one square.
He is he's medium sized.
Okay.
Okay, illusory mirrors that follows it as it moves. Okay, so it has to make a save. This is wild. Hold on. Okay, first I gotta make the save. What is its reflex? Okay, it'll normal pass the save. Wait. Hold on. The bottom says reflex save, but I think it's meant to be a will save?
I believe it is supposed to be a will.
Yeah, it should be will.
It's a will save.
Okay.
Did I
Hold on.
put reflex?
It'll still pass. Its
Oh,
will
I
its
did.
will save is only like one different from its reflex. So it'll still pass.
Okay.
So it'll take half of the 36. Here's a question.
It should be frightened, right?
That's what I need to check. I don't remember what Swarm Mind does off the top of my head. Doesn't have a single mind.
No, but if the target succeeds at any will save it attempts against the mirror malefactors, the mirrors shatter and the spell ends.
Oh,
So it deals 18 and the spell's over.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunate.
So it looks like, yeah, it'll just deal 18.
And then I'll do. No, not that one. Rally Anthem.
Alright, Rallying Anthem.
Is Sylvina within 60 feet of me? I think
Yeah,
she
for
is.
sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Easily.
I am going to drop a solar detonation on him.
Alright, I guess to the right that would work.
Yeah.
Alright.
Awful.
Yeah, holy fuck, what was that? 214136. Jesus. Okay. Okay. It doesn't count. It can turn itself into a swarm, but does not count as a swarm at first for purposes of like extra area of effect damage. That's what I was trying to figure out. This guy's got a lot of shit going on.
Okay.
So it doesn't look like he's really reducing it by very much, though. Although he doesn't have void healing.
Fail? Or does he succeed?
Oh, you know what? I didn't even roll. I just started subtracting damage. What is it? 27?
Yeah.
He'll fail.
Then he is blinded.
You get the sense that
Until the
that's
start of my next turn.
probably not going to matter for a being made of multiple worms.
Okay.
You might notice that his eyes are actually just 2 lampreys.
Got it.
Here, if you look closely, you can see it's just ringed teeth.
Yeah.
No, that's not an image I needed.
You don't like the lamprey eyes? All right.
Nope, I'm going to close that. Nope.
So basically, he counts as a swarm for the benefits, but not for the downsides. That
You know, it's because he can turn into a swarm, basically.
I see. I see.
He's in like a collection right now, but in terms of vision, he doesn't actually have vision. He has tremor sense.
Got it. Okay. Oh, he is. That's okay. That's good to know.
We'll say if that affects your plans, you might have to make a check to know that that's the actual type of thing he's doing. But we'll come to that later. Tarek.
All right, yeah, he kind of emits a sigh. Ugh, it's gonna taste bad. Spending a focus point, Tyrannosaurus form.
All right.
And I am now huge size.
Oof, huge size is crazy.
Essentially, I'm doing this to help set Roland up with that sweet flank here.
Yeah.
In a rather extreme way.
All right. Hold on. Let me expand. All right, 3x3. There you go.
All right, and my last remaining action, it is Tromp a Clock. Because the spell is now heightened because of 5th level, all of my stuff has changed yet again.
Oh, right. Hitting 9th level gives me higher damage on a lot of my stuff, doesn't it?
31?
No, it does.
I'm hoping a hit, guessing not a crit.
30. Sorry, it's up to 31. Oh, because of flanking. Yep. That will hit, but no, yeah, not a crit.
All right.
Not the solar detonation, but I think on everything else I get higher damage now that I'm at that point. Yeah.
Oh, 27 damage because 11 and a
big
10
money.
on the D12.
All right. You sense that it's just piercing damage, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have the sense that that was reduced a bit, but still a decent chunk.
All right.
He's honestly getting whittled down pretty fast. And it is over to him. What is he gonna do here, you silly gooses?
Cast
If
worms.
he mind controls me,
Cast
and
Summon 15 Worms. It's his favorite spell.
I think I'd actually be more okay with that than more confusion.
That was just a full spell name. It's like Summon 15 Worms.
The spell is just called Worm Sign.
You cast a worm ball, it's basically just fireball with worms.
Okay. He is going to move through Roland.
Oh.
Roland, you can make a swing. That is a miss.
Yeah.
Can we channel points, Roland?
I can do that.
If you want to.
I can do it if
or-
you prefer me to do it, but
Go ahead. I can do it, or you can do it. Go ahead. If you've got
I'll
it,
do
go
it.
ahead.
there you go.
Alright. Hit it with that reroll.
Rolling your rerolls.
It is one of those. I don't think it has any of us rerolled a higher roll.
Not
today.
this session.
I don't believe so.
I think everyone this session has legit been the same or fucking lower.
Yeah. One of those days.
Alright.
Alright.
That is crazy. Okay, that does miss then. As he goes through you, give me a reflex save.
Of course.
What did you get?
No,
Oh,
it's
31.
31.
Okay, that's not bad. You take 12 piercing damage as the various worms and lampreys kind of bite you on the way through. Alright, next, as a free action, he is going to quicken this spell so it only costs 1 action. and he is going to send a lightning bolt through Roland, the T-Rex, Lupin, and Gangini. Let's see. So that is... give me a reflex save from everybody but Sylvina.
I'm gonna spend channel points on that.
I think you tapped it twice. Was the first one?
Fuck's sake!
You tapped.
Wait, what?
You tapped it twice. Didn't you roll a 31?
No,
Then an
31
18?
was for with the worm thing.
Oh, that was the worm one. Wow, you rolled even lower. Holy fuck.
I think I'm gonna hero point that.
Yeah,
and
I'm
get the
going
same-
to as well.
Why bother?
There we go.
Oh,
right,
Lupin
Lupin-
finally improved the roll.
Holy
he finally
fuck.
broke the seal.
Okay,
I
so I
kinda
guess
feel like that
Lupin will
was
take
sweet.
nothing. All right, hold on. So Lupin passes and takes nothing per usual. Just fucking sidesteps the AOE damage. Tarek, you got a 34.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a pass, but not a crit pass.
All right.
Gangini fails, and Roland crit fails.
Yeah.
Okay. So going through all of those, if you passed, take 14. If you failed, take 27. And if you crit failed, take 54.
I feel like Roland was so discombobulated by the worm guy walking through him that he just ate that straight to the face.
Then, because he quickened that in just one action, for the next action, you see he kind of seems to, like, retract that lightning bolt into his hand and concentrates it until he's holding a sphere of electricity, and he's just gonna pitch that at Roland like a fastball.
Look at this guy.
He's gonna make a ranged attack. Maybe 30 even.
It hits.
Okay, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine then. So, doesn't crit, but it'll do 20 lightning damage. 3 of those dice were 666. You'll love to see it. The devil's number. Anyway, it's Roland's turn.
Yeah.
Roland's armor is like got little arcs of electricity pinging off it right now. It's so supercharged.
I'm gonna elf step over here. Oh no. I guess I'll just stride.
Okay, he doesn't seem to
Yeah.
have a reaction thing.
I'll vicious swing at him.
That whiffs, kind of like slices through some of the worms, but doesn't actually damage his mass.
I'm just out of range, unfortunately. I'm not threatening a flank.
Yeah.
I have 15-foot reach like this.
Jeez, 15
Alright,
foot
on.
range.
Get him.
Yeah.
Caster with 30 plus AC. Love to see it.
Yeah, worms that walk will do that to you. But it is Lupin's turn.
All right. First action stride. I'll go ahead, bop up here so I get flank. Then I'll go ahead and attempt melee attack with the Monarch.
With flanking, that'll hit.
Alright, so we get the and then 2d6 attack.
And worms that walk are not actually undead; they are aberrations. Just so you know.
That makes sense. Alright.
Right? He's looking a little bit above bloodied.
And I believe that would trigger the. Let me double check. Let's see. Oh, it has to be off guard. All right. So do that.
Off guard is flanking.
Yeah, it's
All right.
good.
What do you think would be better, the 10-foot 10-foot penalty or the enfeebled?
I think he's more of a caster. I think maybe the speed.
All right. So let's go ahead and give him the 10-foot speed penalty then. All right. And let's see here. Let's see here. All right. I'll just go ahead and then move in like here. Final action. I'll just 5-foot step here. All right. And that'll do for me.
All right. Back to the top with Gangini.
I am kind
You
of
get
glad
one.
we didn't fight him in the small room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got to start listening to your fighter, okay?
It was worth it. You guys got him out into a big space.
Hey, look, Lupin will from now on, because since you actually gave him some good advice.
He's got the back
And I
now.
called Charn.
I'm gonna impending doom him.
All right, let's see if he's got this one. Not only does he fail, he crit fails.
Ooh.
You see that, like,
flat-footed.
he kind of sees, like, the looming reality that Lyra LaRue is going to come dispose of him once more. He is flat-footed, and he is frightened 3 right now.
The next round he's stunned 1, and third round he's paralyzed and takes double damage. Okay. Oh, but double damage.
56.
Yeah.
Yep.
36 is a lot.
You see he kind of, like, takes a step back worriedly. Alright, you still have 1 action.
I moved 10 feet.
Oh, you
So I
moved,
do
okay.
that. Yeah.
Then, alright, so he's taking a penalty to all of his DCs and checks right now. It's rough. Sylvina.
All right. Channel elements and then flying flame.
Reflex. Thanks to the fear, he does fail because he's taking -3 to his stuff right now.
All right. Then he takes 19 fire damage.
Yeah, takes full damage.
This guy definitely fits into the category of kill it with fire.
Oh yeah. Tarek.
Is the fire in front of us, or that there is that gone out at this point? Where there
Yeah,
were
it was a long
fires?
time ago.
All right. I'll thunder forward here, occupy as much of the room as I can, and first bite.
All right.
38.
38 because he is flat-footed will crit.
Oh, so
Nice.
I count that with okay. So that is because between the so do you double the dice from deadly, Ben?
No, deadly is just added to a crit.
Okay, so I still roll 5d12 plus 6 damage here, or
Yep.
plus 12, excuse me.
Yeah, that's one way to get past DR.
Wait, I don't think that should crit though.
What's that?
It's 36. It's not 38 on the die, right? Or does flanking and flat-footed stack?
Oh no, I thought you were. Didn't realize you were.
Oh,
I
it is
thought you were
not.
adding 2 from something else. Then no, it does not crit.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah, flanking basically
Flanking,
just
yeah.
makes
Sorry.
them flat-footed.
Yeah, and in this edition, it is off guard, not flat-footed.
Wait,
I
but
keep
he's
trying to find-
flat-footed. He's flat-footed from.
Isn't
From
flat-footed
my-
an
Yeah, yeah,
effect of
that's-
being on guard or off guard? I don't remember.
Flat-footed. It's not flat-footed in this edition. It's off guard in this edition.
Okay, it's just flat call.
Yeah,
Flanking just gives off guard.
All right.
Right, but you right. So you're giving him off guard, but I'm giving him flat-footed.
It's
Flat-footed
listed in
is
the
stat.
off guard.
O-
yeah.
Off guard gives flat-footed. I'm pretty sure. I think it is. both.
Okay.
All right, 23 damage on the first bite.
All right.
Ordinarily,
Again,
I would-
seems slightly reduced, but
Ordinarily, I would go for like an athletics check on this one, but given that he is worms, I don't really think I can pin or trip him.
Is he bloodied yet, then?
Yeah, he was bloody before, I said.
Oh.
You know what? No, that's a dumb idea. Oh, another bite. Very much no. All right, that's my turn.
All right. In that case, it's back to him. All right, so he is immediately that.
Stunned one now.
I think this is still the first round.
Oh yeah, it would
Because
be
he
on
hasn't acted
Gangini's
yet.
turn.
On Gangini's turn, he will then become stunned and loses, or stunned one. He is, however, still taking penalties. What is he gonna do here with all you tricksy folk around? Ooh, that could be good. Oh, that's not what I thought that was at all. God, the legacy and non-legacy spell names really fuck with me sometimes. I thought that was a different spell. Alright. Okay. Sorry, this guy's got very complicated things that is tough. Also trying to find things that aren't gonna manipulate and get op attacked.
What do you have against getting off attacked? That seems silly.
Nah, that's not gonna be worth it. Guys have positioned yourselves very well. Alright. This magic's not doing him great spot right here. Might be better next turn, so instead, he's going to start lashing out with his tendril arms. And he's going to try to fell Roland. Okay. First attack is 38.
With the is Anthem up?
It is not. I had to move to cast Impending Doom last turn.
Then that crits.
Okay. The worms pour over his arms and onto your body. First of all, you take 40 damage. And then the worms on your body are currently staying on you to eat you for 10 persistent piercing per turn.
Fuck.
Don't know that's going to matter, though, because his second attack is going to be a 28. Does that still hit you?
Yeah.
Okay, then he's probably just going to down you with that. Well, maybe. 16?
No.
Alright, so you're up at 1. And final iterative attack one is 25, which I believe misses, so.
Yes.
Alright, you're up at 1. You're covered in worms that are eating you.
Yeah.
And you do go next, so you go down.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys see Roland collapse under, like, a pile of worms. That it almost looks like Zalivexis, like, detached his arm, and the worms just, like, dogpiled Roland. So Roland goes down. You're a dying 1. Lupin?
Alright. Oof. So I'll just go ahead, step in. First action. Second action, I will go ahead and attempt to attack with the Monarch.
If you stepped here, you would get flanking.
Oh, okay. No, so move there.
I
All
don't
right,
think
there
it
we go.
matters because he's flat-footed anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sending him.
Fair.
All right. Well, it's all good. I don't mind. I think it's kind of a better angle there anyway. So stride, then second action attack with 27 to hit.
27 is not gonna hit.
All right. Oop. Then I'll just go ahead then step this way. Oop. All right. No longer has movement penalty, and then that'll be my turn.
All right, Gangini, it's your turn, which means that Zalavaxis goes to stunned 1, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, so he loses an action. Stun 1.
So, I prepared for such a situation. Hold on. Let me
Indeed.
measure real quick. No, I need to be closer. I would move 1 step closer and use my staff to cast a 3rd level heal 2 action on Roland.
Nice.
Thank you.
You hold it, the like rubies in the new staff glow with red light. Beam shoots towards Roland. We'll see how much you heal.
Check out the staff real quick.
Gives you a +2, I think, to the amount healed.
Well, no. So if he's casting it at what level does it cast at?
3.
That'd be if you're using the 2 action one. That's 3d8 plus 24.
Yeah, I knew
Plus
that,
an
but I wanted to
additional
see. The
2
staff is giving me
from the
2,
staff.
and Sorcerer's Potency is giving me 3, so it's 29. 42.
Damn. All right, Roland, you are come back to consciousness, worms gnawing on your body, but surprisingly healthy, considering you just passed out.
Yeah.
I don't know if it matters, but like I know flavor-wise, like Tarek, whenever he heals people, it's like an ocean breeze.
Yeah.
I want mine to be more like moonlight.
Hell yeah.
Maybe like a flicker of some constellations. Because that's
A brief
very relevant.
starscape on the cavern ceiling.
It's currently relevant, but I don't know if anyone's noticed yet.
Sorry, what?
Well, well, let's finish combat, then we'll get to it.
Your tuxedo mask?
No, I've always been Tuxedo Mask, but
He's always been tuxedo. That's why he was tossing out like
current-
cards and roses before.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. I was looking at the Discord of what is currently going on with me.
All right, going to Sylvina.
All right. I have a question. If I send my flying flame over the worms that are on Roland, will that get rid of some of the worms on Roland?
Wait, run that by me again.
It'll also hit me, and I'm low
If
health.
I send the flying flames through Roland's square, will it get rid of some of the worms on Roland?
Will it also scorch Roland?
I think it'll hurt Roland, but I will say, how much damage can your flying flames do?
They're currently dealing, I think, 5d8 damage.
Okay. I think if you can
I don't-
do double the persistent damage, then it would kill all the worms.
Next, that's more than the worms would do.
I'm
Please.
going to use my first action for Pacifying Infusion. And because Roland is one of the people who's always clarified by Pacifying Infusion, none of my blasts that hit him will do damage to him at the moment.
Okay.
And then I'm going to send my Flying Flame through Zalavaxis and Roland Square.
All right, make a reflex save, Roland.
He doesn't take any damage from it
Ah, okay,
because I've got pacifying infusion.
nice. Okay,
I'll
then
angle
it'll
the
work.
worms towards the blast.
The worm starts to
And
kind
it
of
is
like catch
20,
flame
which
and
is
fall off your
double the
body.
amount of worms he has.
Yeah, it's exactly what I said
Yeah.
you needed.
I imagine this is like the wasps going through Zalavexis and then just like picking up and burning up the worms.
For a minute there, I thought this was
Calavexis
I
will
don't-
crit pass though, so he won't take anything.
All right. Well,
But
I
you did
feel like
stop the
that-
10 persistent.
yeah.
For a minute there, I thought this was like a I don't care how big the room is, I cast fireball moment.
No. I wanted to get confirmation that I could get rid of the worms before I told Ben that I wouldn't be hurting you at the same time.
Is that 3? Or is that 2? No, that's 3 because you have pacifying.
That's 30.
Tarek.
Alright. Trying to give Roland the assist here. I'm gonna go to town on this guy. Another 36
Well, with
Uh,
flanking.
with flanking.
It's still not up to crit,
Yeah.
but it does hit him. Oh, I think does paralyze lower even more? No, it's paralyzed does, but stun does not. Continue. It just hits.
Yeah, he's paralyzed next turn. He's stunned right now.
21 damage. He's just being mauled by a Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah, he's still reducing all of these, but I mean, you're taking away big chunks of worms every time.
I'm assuming that misses.
That does miss. Yes, sorry, 22.
Yeah, alright. It was worth yeah, the iterative attacks aren't as good, but you know, it was worth a shot. That's my turn.
All right. This is his last turn before he gets fucking paralyzed. Is he paralyzed now? Hold on, let me see.
Paralyzed and takes
Stunned.
56 damage.
So he has.
Yeah, he stunned 1 this turn.
Yeah, but on my turn, he's paralyzed, takes 56 damage.
Yeah.
I
Let me
think
double check
one
that it. I'm double
I might
checking
be doing the
what
right
damage
order.
on your
Petty
turn and
Dude
then
is.
takes the 56 damage at the end of his turn.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Okay. Impending Doom is also mental damage. It's not bludgeoning damage. I will correct that.
Oh, okay, hold on.
I was kind of like, what is the logistics of like me showing someone their doom when they take bludgeoning damage? That doesn't sound right.
You are
And
clubbed
alas.
you are clubbed to death by your own visions
Yeah.
of horribleness.
Mental
If
makes
it's
a lot more
mental,
sense.
then he is wholly immune to that.
Oh, great.
He'll still be paralyzed though.
I don't know that he should be, but we're too far in, so I'll allow it. They're
We're
both
fighting
mental
things that auto
effects.
crit us. I think that's fair.
Alright, well, what is he gonna do here? 2 actions. I think he is going to. Unless, is this more? Let's see. How much damage would this be? No. Alright, he is going to. This is a manipulate, I believe, but yeah, it is. Go ahead and give me a reflex save roll. He's going to shoot a lightning bolt just into you.
Does Roland get an op attack?
Yup.
Pretty sure that's a fail.
That is a fail. Oh my god.
I hate this guy. I'm channel points. I'm re-rolling it.
Okay. There you go. That's a hit. 21 partially reduced. Don't forget your acid damage, by the way.
Right, sorry. I couldn't find out how to add that to the weapon.
I'm not sure. I can take a look later, though.
Yeah.
Okay. He is looking much worse. You do fail, which is 28 electricity damage to you. And that's his turn, and it's back to you.
I can show you how to add the extra damage, I
Right.
think.
Yep. I'm going to stand up, first of all. I'm going to raise the sword above my head.
Oh my god.
I think that hits with flanking.
Yep, that'll work.
Oh, alright, acid.
Yep, also the acid, so reduce plus that. He's looking pretty fucking bad at this point. Lupom, he is very low.
Alright, let's see if I can make this happen. Alright, stride in. Stride here. Alright, then I'll go ahead and make melee attack with the Monarch. Here, I'm gonna use my last hero point.
Oh my
21.
god. Actually insane.
We nailed all the skill checks this session, but failed, or just getting roughed
Yeah,
up on the...
good
Alright,
lord.
I'll final action step
sorry.
back here.
Alright, you step back. On Gengini's turn, this guy is paralyzed.
But he doesn't take the mental damage.
No, he is immune to mental damage. Well, he's immune to mental
I see.
damage that, like, targets a single target, which that does.
Yeah. Was kind of expecting him to be dead, but he is not.
I think he
I
will be
think
very shortly.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be dead.
No, I wouldn't expend anything major on him.
No, max level.
Right.
Worst case, I can just drop a solar detonation on all of us at the same time,
It's probably
and
not
it'll
called.
hit.
Hopefully I set this up. I'll try a divine lance. There's no way 12 is correct.
I don't think that's
Hold on.
correct.
Hold on.
Your spell attack bonus is not 4,
Zero.
or whatever 0
Oh,
is that it's
okay.
adding in there.
Okay. I understand. Okay. I get what happened.
Kind of a nutty roll on the damage, though.
Okay. And it's supposed to be 13 higher.
So 25.
Yeah. It's probably still a miss.
Let me double
Maybe
check.
being flat-footed changes that.
Well, he's also paralyzed is the other thing. But I don't think that lowers any more than just being off guard, and he can't move. Okay, it doesn't lower his AC anymore. So it does still miss. He just can't move.
Okay. And then I'll do Rallying Anthem, because why not?
Hell yeah. Alright, Sylvina?
Flying flame first.
Alright.
19.
He fails, and he begins to fall apart into little bursts of worms as he lets out this strangled cry. Lyra LaRue, I knew you worked for her! Fucking assholes!
I really hope that's the last of the worms.
So over worms at this point.
I will say,
Yeah.
give me a occultism check as he's turning into worms on the ground.
Boz. Did you see what
Sylvina,
I
you think
posted
if you
in the
don't
Discord?
use an AoE spell on the worms that are wriggling on the ground, he will reform a couple days later.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
going to get
flank
out of
them.
the AoE area.
You guys get out of the AoE area, and then I'm just gonna drop solar detonation.
Alright, you just salt the earth with fire. Now he is not going to regenerate anymore. Alright.
Yeah, I added that same line to it, but it's not actually rolling in to the damage.
All right, one sec. Let me try and figure
All right,
this out.
everyone gets another 90 XP and a hero point. Additionally, in the sarcophagus, I have too many fucking tabs open. Jesus Christ.
You know, whatever Lyra LaRue is guilty of, it's not imprisoning this guy. This guy deserved to be locked up.
Okay, so I've got the
Or
additional.
maybe he
acid
just
there
went crazy after that long.
when I did it.
Oh, that's where it's popping up there. That's why.
Anyway, you see there is something shining amidst the like worm juice at the bottom of the coffin. Looks like a ring. If anyone wants to make a Arcana check. All right. Gangini and Solvina, this is a greater ventriloquist's ring. Elegant copper ring has images of songbirds engraved in circumference. You gain a +2 bonus to deception checks. For 2 actions, you can interact and twist it on your finger, allowing you to magically throw your voice with the effects of a 2nd level ventriloquism spell.
No, it's kind of nice.
All right.
Now that we're out of combat, I'm going to patch rolling up.
Is anyone else interested in that ring?
Not me.
Sounds like no.
Particularly.
I'll take it then.
I'll take it then. I could always use a bonus to my deception checks.
Yeah, me as well.
I'd say, who has more magic items right now? I'd say over is less, just of the two of you. I think,
Tell you what, I've
Lupin
gotten
has
quite a
more.
few like rogue stuff, so you can go ahead and have it.
Okay, well, there you go.
I appreciate that. Thank
You
you.
slide on the ring. Add a little +2 to your deceptions.
That'll put my deception up to 18.
You'll love to see it. Okay. With that in mind, you guys do your medicine checks to heal.
Heal 19.
Still more than turn off.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where next
I'm gonna
level
down
I
it.
will.
You
I'm
want
gonna
me to
down a
put?
potion.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
don't
say, do you want
pop-
me to put my 3rd level heal into you,
Sure.
Not just. Okay.
or
Up
would
to
you
you.
guys rather I'm just gonna do a burst of it if so, because I know
Um,
you all took some damage too.
I'm fine. I had temporary hit point.
So
Yeah, but the other people.
you guys also hopefully everyone added their 90 XP from this guy and the hero point.
Yes.
This guy was actively providing the knowledge of how to reincarnate people as Sandpoint devils. And killing him, you finish the 4th doom. You get 120 XP on top of that.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck this guy.
Nice.
Fuck everything about this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
All right, you guys get.
He was using the
Uh,
ventriloquist ring to like feed the cult leader that information.
Yeah. Well, the rest of you all get 38 health. Who took damage from the lightning bolt?
I don't know if you guys believe it or not, but I'm still half health.
Jesus Christ. He did shoot a lot of
Once
lightning at you.
Oh my god.
Once we hit
Deception
next level-
actually still isn't my best skill. That's crazy.
Yeah, once we hit next level, I can, like I said, I'll be able to auto 30 medicine checks, and
Yeah.
that way you're just healing 2d8 plus 30 all the time.
Good lord.
How much is a lesser healing for?
The lesser ones are 2d8 plus 5, or is that the other one? Hold on, I'll pull it up. Lesser healing potion is 2d8 plus 5. I was right.
I actually have 5 of them, so I'll just.
I actually have 5 of them.
All right. So, if I'm remembering correctly, Ben, this staircase goes down. And
Hold
this
on. I gotta
staircase
zoom
goes
out. I
down.
can't see you. All right, go ahead and ping.
This one and this one go down,
I believe
and
so.
this one goes up.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I'd like Gangini to turn to Tarek and be like, should I be concerned about this? As his eyes are glowing with a starry light, and he has a reverse kind of gravity working towards him, and part of his clothing is floating.
That
Well,
doesn't
that's
sound
due.
great.
I've seen that at the Pixie Kitten. You've got the turbo clap.
The what?
Oh my god.
Put a hand
So
on the shoulder,
quick
I'm
on
sorry,
the you're
there's nothing
so
we can
quick
do
on
for
the
you.
draw with that too.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Well, that's
See,
new.
this is why at such establishments they usually have an on-site cleric.
In my experience, the Pixies kitten's actually been pretty fine.
Do you guys while you Gangini is kind of infused with this like floating magic, everyone give me a perception check in this cave.
Typical.
Alright. On a nat 20, Sylvina, you see that some of the barrels behind you guys had shifted around during the fight, almost as if something had been pushing around them or hiding behind them, while you guys were going at it with the worm who walks.
Yeah.
But you don't see anything there now.
I know who was here.
Who?
I have a feeling it was the other Scarnetti. Their rogue.
Rogue? Oh.
Can I try to like sign to Sylvina to huck a fireball at the barrels?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Tell you what, Lupin will just here. I think I know how I can get them out. I'll have him take out the Monarch, and just in the direction where we saw the movement, I basically just want to like throw the Monarch so it basically like hit the barrel like right next to where we saw the movement. You know, not to like hurt whoever it is, just like sort of like maybe scare him out.
Alright, you do that, but you don't see anything appear, like yelp or be frightened or anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a solar detonation at it.
All right, go for it.
Just the barrels.
Alright, the barrels are like charred heaps, but again, nothing at this point like screams or whatnot.
I think they have left.
To be
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
also
to be clear, you
imagining-
didn't see them like move. You saw like they had been moved.
Yeah.
See, now I think about it, it's like now I'm thinking like whenever Lupin throws the Monarch, it's like Yondu with like the arrow. He just whistles and just starts
Just
moving
curves back.
around. Yep.
How would if he was invisible, how would that interact with blind fight?
I think if you got close enough and knew that someone was there, you might be able to fight them, but you'd have to just be walking around swinging your sword. And they'd probably have to be engaged in combat. Like, they'd have to be trying. It doesn't let you just sense invisible people in the room.
Right.
Be blind sight if you're doing that.
Yeah.
So close, it rhymes.
Yet so far.
Alright.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Well,
I
we didn't
think-
manage to get them.
I think with that, that's probably a good pausing place then.
So this room down here, I think, is the last room on this floor, and then we've got
Yeah.
2 directions to choose which way to go down.
Can we keep the hero
Indeed.
point we just earned for beating this guy?
Yeah, you can keep the hero points at the end of the session. That's fine. So you'll be at the start of next session. You'll have 2.
Cool.
All right. Thanks for everyone who's watching, and we'll come back again next week.